Let's dive right into this wild manhwa. We're talking about blood essence so legendary. Entire armies would slaughter each other for one drop. Wang Hui waited years to find the perfect vessel for this epic power. And his chosen one? The absolute beast, Chu Yi. He's handing over this treasure without a second thought. But Chu Yi? He acts completely clueless, like he didn't hear a word. He simply greets Dinju. Wang Hui checks Chu Yi's condition and smiles proudly. Perfect. Your body is absolutely primed for this. Step right up. The ultimate bloodline fusion ritual is completely ready for you. Shirt off. Right in the center of the magic circle. Chu Yi steps up and does exactly that. Wang Hui turns to Dinju, asking him to fire up the formation while he stands guard. The Dean instantly agrees. Dinju powers it up. The magic circle flashes, immediately kickstarting the bloodline fusion ritual. Pure radiant holy light completely swallows Chu Yi. But suddenly, a fierce blue frost erupts, completely crushing that golden glow. Dinju is absolutely stunned by the sight. This icy power? It's downright terrifying. Chu Yi is already packing a secret, god-tier bloodline. Within seconds, a massive layer of thick ice freezes the entire villa. The Dean glances down in pure shock. His own spellcasting arm is completely frozen solid. The power level here is unreal. You're definitely thinking what I'm thinking here. With this insane frost energy, Chu Yi could easily become a top-tier ice mage. They knew his sister awakened a frost ability, so they totally suspected he might be hiding a similar hidden talent. But get this, the angel bloodline is practically peak tier. It should easily crush and suppress any lower-level abilities during fusion. That is exactly why they didn't even worry about it. Yet here we are. The angel and frost powers are violently clashing. For the ice to fight back, its quality must be legendary. Chu Yi's background is definitely not normal. Wang Hui frowns, realizing these insane hybrid traits trace back to the Eternal's earliest players. Ever since the game perfectly merged with absolute reality, high-level players unlock way more of their bloodline inheritance. And Chu Yi's inner frost is actually fighting off a pure angel. This basically proves his ancestor was an absolute powerhouse. A top-tier player who dominated the Eternal right from day one. Because, honestly, an ordinary descendant would never naturally awaken such a terrifying, bone-chilling frost power on their own. If that ice wasn't fighting back so hard, the angel essence would have perfectly fused with Chu Yi by now. But instead, these two epic powers are locked in an absolute life-or-death tug-of-war. Even if the frost eventually loses out, the angel essence is going to be almost completely burned away. Wasting that much pure angel crystal means the final boost might be weaker than using a rank item. What a massive loss. They can only pray. If they forcefully stop this ritual right now, Chu Yi suffers vital energy deviation and dies instantly. We just have to hope luck is on his side. Dinju sighs heavily. Let's pause for a second. While Chu Yi is enduring pure torture from these clashing powers, something completely crazy happens. System alert. Gate of consciousness activated. Enter mental space. Suddenly, Chu Yi's mind is pulled into a bizarre, glowing new dimension. Far off, a radiant angel smiles warmly. My child, you've arrived. Chu Yi looks around, wondering if this is his mind. While he's standing there, totally confused, the angel speaks again. Congratulations, my child, on receiving a true divine blessing. The divine sent me to grant you ultimate power. You'll be totally free from human morals and annoying little rules. Just follow your deepest desires. So, tell me, are you ready to claim this absolute god-tier strength right now? But wait, underneath that holy hood, that's no angel. That is the sick, twisted grin of a total demon. Absolutely repulsive. Chu Yi literally feels the urge to summon his holy mace and smash her to dust. But she just purrs. Don't fear this gift. Embrace this, and you'll unlock unimaginable, world-breaking power. The fake angel reaches out and instantly takes a massive mace straight to the face. Chu Yi casually shoulders his weapon, feeling great. Oh yeah, much better. Always trust your gut when dealing with shady demons. Cut to somewhere else. The real angel, Hang Yao, is watching this and just bursts out laughing. Her servant looks totally confused. Just saw someone incredibly entertaining, she says, waving it off. Inside, she's actually getting hyped for what comes next. Don't disappoint me, kid. Back in his mental space, the fake angel is screaming her absolute lungs out over getting hit. How dare you attack a divine being? She screams that the heavens will brutally punish him without an ounce of mercy. Drop to your knees right now and beg the divine for your pathetic life. You and I know what's next. Chu Yi aims his weapon right at her. Total declaration of war. All right, jump in with me. The fake angel flashes a cruel smile. She thinks this kid is clueless. She reaches out with those razor-sharp claws, tightly clenching her fist. Boom! Thousands of chains explode outward, trapping Chu Yi as blood-red eyes open everywhere. The fake angel just laughs, completely thrilled by the chaos. Pay back for disrespect, she claims. But Chu Yi calls her bluff, just a servant of an evil god. Smack! He gets a brutal slap straight to the face. She sneers. This insolent brat finally caught her master's eye. Her dark master sent her down here to wash away his so-called sins. A twisted blessing. Immediately, that heavy, evil force starts tearing into Chu Yi's mind, violently corrupting his consciousness. Meanwhile, on the outside, a massive dark aura violently swirls around his body. Wang Hui recognizes that evil god energy instantly. He forcefully pushes his own power to keep the magic circle intact, but his mind is racing. How is an evil god's power hiding inside angelic blood? Unless the evil god slaughtered that angel. Wang Hui watches the dark energy violently push against the formation. Zhu Huayang goes completely pale. This is terrible. Chu Yi is in massive danger, because that evil power wants to crush the angel. Suddenly, Wang Hui's face lights up. Hold on now. Chu Yi's angelic power isn't fading, it is actually exploding. The ice and angel bloodlines team up, slowly crushing that nasty dark aura deep inside his subconscious, fueled by both epic bloodlines. Now, watch closely. He absolutely shatters those chains, leaving the fake angel stunned before she can devour his soul. Where did this godlike power come from? Chu Yi literally transforms into a light warrior, rocking pure ice wings. He pulls a weapon from his back and violently stabs it right through the fake angel. The fake fades, revealing the evil god's true minion. It cackles. Did you really think that would hurt me, kid? Fighting back is just a tiny bump in the road for my grand plan. The monstrous minion whips its iron chains at Chu Yi again, but they just smash into a solid ice wall. While the beast is still stunned, a glowing magic circle drops under its feet. Boom! Sharp ice spikes erupt, totally impaling its body. It laughs. Thanks for the welcome, but your human energy? Just a pathetic little spark of light tossed down by the gods. As the master's most loyal servant, I flex a level of power that a basic mortal like you could never even understand. The minion's body suddenly balloons in size. Thousands of creepy eyes fire literal destruction beams straight at Chu Yi. But Chu Yi? He smoothly dodges every single deadly ray. The monster scoffs, exactly what you'd expect from a running insect. All you do is run. The evil minion lashes out with chains, completely pinning Chu Yi down to charge its ultimate attack. But shocker, Chu Yi violently shatters the massive chains and throws up a shield. You saw that coming, right? He escapes, leaving the evil minion totally mind-blown. It quickly snaps out of it and fires back, blasting blinding light beams from thousands of monstrous eyes. Just like before, Chu Yi easily dodges every single shot, sliding right up to the main body. One single finger strike, he completely obliterates the creature. Right then, a glowing sphere of pure light drops from the sky. Chu Yi pulls back his aura and grabs the glowing sphere. Instantly on the outside, a massive light pillar swallows Chu Yi. Zhu Huang and Wang Hai are absolutely hyped. This is true angelic power, completely wiping out the evil god's taint. Fusing that angel bloodline directly with his ice powers turned out to be an absolute genius move. A literal angel figure appears, hugging Chu Yi from behind before fading out. The ultimate bloodline fusion is officially complete. Zhu Huayang strokes his beard, smiling. Chu Yi's destiny is built different, completely off the charts. To think that right at the edge of death, the god of light blessed him, flipping absolute doom into a massive upgrade. Wang Hui beams with total pride, checking on his star student. Chu Yi, how do you feel? He smirks. It feels like my strength just leveled up insanely. Right on cue, glowing system notification panels pop up in his vision. Special bloodline, six-winged angel. Talent unlocked, divine rune of light. A rank. This new divine rune gives him an insanely high affinity for both light and ice magic. As the bloodline evolves, his connection to other elemental magics will just keep growing stronger. So what do we take from this? A B+ immunity to stuns and enemy skills makes him unstoppable. And other utility skills, Chu Yi yelled. Plus a six-winged angel bloodline. And I got 2 extra bloodline talents on top. Zhu Huayang's eyes practically bulged out of his head. A six-winged angel? Let's dive in. Guys, we both know this means his fusion was an absolute success. That's the highest possible tier. Even better, as he levels up, those inherited six-winged angel talents, they can actually keep evolving straight up to S+ rank. Master, Chu Yi cut in. Hyped. I also unlocked an S+ rank secret bloodline art called Divine Angel. He stammered, staring right at the system notification floating in front of him. A secret bloodline art, divine angel body, S+ rank. It unlocks hidden bloodline power, literally transforming the user into a 6-winged angel scion. Higher levels mean way more bloodline power unleashed. And the more you let out. Huge warning though. Before level 50, that angel power isn't fully absorbed yet. Using this secret art triggers a major weakened state afterward. Go ahead, fire up that secret art right now, his master urged. Let's see your actual power boost. Following Wang Hui's call, Xiang immediately channeled his raw energy, sparking that divine angel bloodline secret art. Now watch this closely. Insane angelic power exploded from him. Chu Huaduang's jaw literally hit the floor. Crazy elemental waves filled the room. Wang Hui surged his spiritual energy to inspect Changyi, completely blown away. Incredible. By just activating that bloodline secret art, Xiangyi's raw power multiplied by a massive 5 times. Changyi, how are you feeling? Unbelievable, he replied. My whole body is packed with more insane energy than ever. The light and ice elements felt like absolute loyal partners. He could bend and command them effortlessly. This overwhelming power surge actually triggered Wang Hui's villa security. Sirens started blaring out a loud warning. High-level elemental energy detected. Level 3 defense activated. A 6-winged angel truly is blessed by the elements. Cancel the secret art. Now, if he keeps this up, the room's defense system will totally attack him. Xiangyi rapidly pulled his power back, and Wang Hui's smart house systems instantly went back to normal. But then, Xiang suddenly stumbled. He threw a quick healing skill on himself, while Chu Huaduang watched, totally worried. What's wrong? Are you hurting somewhere right now? Even though that secret art gave me a crazy power boost, I've never fought a long battle yet. My whole body is aching. Wang Hui nodded calmly. That bloodline secret art does grant an absolute massive spike in combat power, but 6-winged angel energy is just way too potent for you right now. The toll is huge. Save it as your absolute last resort. Chu Huaduang just watched Wang Hui and Chu Yi talking, quietly losing his mind over these stats. A 6-winged angel bloodline, 2 broken evolutionary talents, plus an S-rank secret art like the divine angel body. You and I both know the other freshmen are basically dreaming if they think they can catch Cha Wangyi. Based on your awakening, Wang Hui asked, your sister's ice bloodline is just as broken, right? If you really want her to get the absolute best awakening, you must refine that extreme cold ice lotus into an extreme cold pill. Suhong University has a dedicated alchemy department. Just put in an order straight through the school system. For right now, head back and rest up. Wang Hui smiled, clapping Xiao Yi on the shoulder. But the second Xiao Yingji walked out, Chu Huaduang's smile completely dropped. His face turned dead serious. Headmaster, why exactly was Chao Yingyi targeted by that evil god's energy? If anything bad happens to him, it's a catastrophic blow for Suhong University. And honestly, the whole Jiangxia nation. Chao Yingyi only survived thanks to the god of light's pure luck. I am launching a full-scale investigation immediately. No stone will be left unturned here. Back in his dorm room, Xia Yingyi kept stressing over his sister. He had to refine that extreme cold pill. Aside from the main lotus ingredient, he also needed an A-rank heavenly treasure called Ice Spirit Grass. The Snow Dragon Core should be delivering the lotus soon. As for the Ice Spirit Grass, Shangyi did some quick math. Bronze medals cash in for 500 credits. Silver medals are worth 1,000 credits, while the absolute highest tier gold ones fetch 2,000. With my current stash, I should definitely have enough. I'll just buy it straight from the school's shop. Right on cue, Su Minhee showed up on Dean Wu's orders, dropping off the sweet resources the War Academy promised Xiaoing. She was totally confused. After just one single day, Xi somehow felt significantly stronger. That heavy pressure wasn't from leveling up, it was the raw nobility of his bloodline. Su Minhee realized. Shangyi was stunned. Didn't I pick instructor Wang Hui? Why is Dean Wu giving me loot? Trust me, guys. Su Minhee's explanation sets up something wild next. Stick with me here. Instructor Wang Hui is his mentor, but he still has to attend normal academy classes. Plus, all these top-tier resources, the War Academy hands them out to every single high-ranking freshman. Zhao Yi gets it, but he is confused. Miss Su is a mage class, right? Why is she at a War Academy? Are mages banned from teaching at the War Academy? Or something? Is there some kind of strict rule? Miss Su just laughs it off and starts handing over his loot. A rank heavenly treasure, Heavenly Mountain Dragon Root. Another A-rank treasure, Ice Spirit Grass. A rank Chaos Short Sword, plus the B-rank Eternal Marquis White Armor. B-rank Enchanting Materials too. Windchaser's Secret Sinew, and some fresh Earth Dragon Blood. And 3 C-rank skill books. Ice Touch, Ice Beast Protection, and the Blade of Light. Huge haul, right? But only one thing actually catches Zhao Yi's eye, the Ice Spirit Grass. Combine that grass with the Extreme Cold Ice Lotus, and he can craft the ultimate Extreme Cold Frost pill. This pill massively boosts his chances of waking up his Arctic Ice bloodline. Talk about absolute luck. The luck potion is real. Once he grabs that Arctic Ice Lotus and a few extra ingredients, it is absolutely go time. He signs for the gear. Miss Su claps her hands. All right, the business side is totally handled. Now, pay attention here. She starts her lecture. He got stronger, so training in Raging Wind Mountains is fine. But charging straight into the inner region? Pure suicide. He needs to guarantee his own survival first. As she says this, her expression gets super heavy. Every single year, top-tier talents graduate from Su-Hong University. But the ones who actually become legends? Super rare. So many geniuses run into crazy danger out there and end up dead way before reaching their prime. She knows she sounds annoying, but caution keeps you alive. He obviously cannot reveal his secret system protection. To him, the danger in those Raging Wind Mountains is completely under his control. So Zhao Yi plays it smart. He tells Miss Su he gets it, carving her warning into his heart. But then, he shifts gears. His overall strength just spiked again, right? He asks for some safe training zones to get actual combat experience. She literally calls him a monster. Sumer just sighs in total shock, leading him to a massive robot facility. He can wake up these training droids for real combat drills, adjusting the difficulty to push his absolute limits. These bots range from combat stance 1 to 10. And the more you fight, the crazier their power scaling gets. At stance 10, just one bot can crush a level 20 master. Plus, telescopic cameras record every single move. They track all his stats during the fight, spitting out a massive detailed report right after. She tells him he can pause any time, but strongly suggests starting on a super low difficulty. She has to run to her class. Just take it slow. She reminds him not to go absolutely crazy. Now, all he has to do is command the ocular sphere to start. The second she leaves, Zhao Yi gives the command. Ocular sphere, let us go. Start at combat stance 7. The system locks in. Combat monitoring activated. 50 training droids fully deployed. You and I know what is coming. Stance 7 is live. Instantly, a massive storm of bullets and bombs rains down on him. But for a dodge master like Zhao Yi, total child's play. He effortlessly dodges the insane assault. Then he launches his counterattack using his brand new Arctic Ice Bloodline Frost power. One punch completely obliterates a giant robot. This Frost power is broken. Smirking, he switches to Frost Storm. Just one move wipes out the entire robot army. The system chimes in. Huge congratulations on passing the brutal combat stance 7 test. Tallying the results now. 50 level 7 bots completely wiped out in 3 minutes and 40 seconds. All units destroyed. Rating? Excellent. That Frost ability is ridiculously overpowered for solid crowd control. If stance 7 was this much of a joke, can the highest difficulty even make him sweat? He thinks for a second, then decides to go all out. Start stance 10 directly, because he totally wrecked the bots. Stance 10 actually triggers a crazy emergency backup plan. The droids start upgrading fast. And trust me, you are going to want to see this superclass bot fight. Alright, stick with me. Our guy is facing a superclass robot, packed with level 25 stats and supreme artificial intelligence. If things get way too dangerous, he can just order it to stop. But hearing this warning, Chu Yi is absolutely hyped. This is exactly what he wanted. Time to go all out. After a 3-second countdown, the machine blasts him with intense frost magic, completely catching him off guard. But he recovers instantly, leaping into the air to dodge. He instantly activates a glimmering skill, blending light and frost to create a perfect ice clone. Now, the robot can't track the real one. He launches a sacred light spike, aiming straight for the machine's weapon to disarm it. But plot twist. The robot perfectly mimics his technique, blasting him right back and knocking his weapon away. How is it copying his skills? The observation sphere must be syncing his combat data in real time. Attack systems are completely synchronized. Combat levels boosting. Weapon modules fully optimized and online. But wait, what is that thing? Now, pay attention, because this gets wild. Chu Yi watches in pure shock as the cannon literally transforms into a mechanical gale wolf. Guess he has to brawl head-on. Shifting gears instantly, Chu Yi steps up and launches that metal beast flying with one massive punch. Angel's domain, fully activated. Let's see the robot try to copy this. Meanwhile, Jang Chiron is reflecting. Becoming the headmaster's direct disciple gave her insane amounts of rare loot. and her own training is skyrocketing. Last time, she totally failed the level 7 simulation. But today, she's ready for a brutal rematch. But as Jane Chiron scans her fingerprint to enter the heavy training room, a system alert pops up. Warning. The training robot has sustained massive, severe damage. Please return and attempt your simulation tomorrow instead. Wait, this zone is strictly for rookies. Normally, absolutely nobody tries anything past level 6 here. Even top seniors would get absolutely crushed at level 10. Who on earth is fighting in there right now? Back inside the room, after activating his domain, Chu Yi unleashes massive chains of blinding holy light. The divine chains lock down the machine, crushing its mobility. Using light's true sight, he scans it entirely, spotting every hidden weakness and ability to set up his ultimate strike. And bingo! He realizes the core weak point is sitting right inside the robot's chest cavity. Chu Yi charges straight in and lands a devastating punch, completely shattering the massive machine into scrap metal. The insane shockwave literally wrecks the whole training area. Level 10 simulation successfully cleared. System access restored. However, due to catastrophic damage across the facility, it's highly recommended to schedule your next battle for next week. Level 10 actually cleared. You're probably thinking exactly what she is. Who the heck did this? Jane Chiron cautiously steps closer. Student Chu Yi. Huge congratulations on crushing the level 10 simulation in 5 minutes and 32 seconds. Your overall combat evaluation is outstanding. Physical attack, 2734. Magic damage, 56,021. Combined skill damage, 106,021. If it wasn't for that cheap sneak attack from the wolf, he could have wiped the floor with it. Now he realizes he urgently needs to contract a magical beast to fight right by his side. Right on cue, a familiar voice calls out from behind. Senior Chu Yi. Jang Kiran runs over to him, absolutely beaming with excitement. She gasps, Senior, did you already finish your bloodline fusion? How on earth did you get this ridiculously strong in just one day? It's no big deal. I just finished the bloodline fusion technique this morning. I now have the 6-winged angel bloodline. Her eyes instantly light up with total awe. That is amazing. And it's an ultra-rare divine tier, too. She sighs. My phantom bloodline is barely considered high quality compared to that. Chu Yi just smiles at her. He then asks if she can guide him to the magical beast market so he can grab a contract and boost his overall combat power. Of course, she happily agrees to help. Cut to an hour later at the bustling market. Silver rank Crimson Flame Tiger Cub. Grows to level 20. Yours for only 110 academic points. Level 19 Dragon Horned Rhino. Featuring real dragon blood. Just 210 points. First come, first served. Jang Chiron leads him past all the chaotic stalls before asking, Senior Chu Yi, are any of these magical beasts catching your eye at all? He replies thoughtfully. Well, I actually tamed a gale wolf back on Mount Guangfang once, but unfortunately, I passed out right after beating that demon spawn, so I completely missed my window to actually form a contract. I'm really hoping to find a wind magic gale wolf cub to bond with. But the second those words leave his mouth, some guy interrupts them. A gale wolf cub? I've got one right here. A guy with glasses slides up to them, flashing the fakest smile you've ever seen. I'm Luji Schwer, third-year logistics student and level 22 tamer. But you and I both know this guy spells total trouble. I actually have a gale wolf cub I raised myself. Wanna check it out? Jiang Churan whispered to him. Beast taming is a popular life skill, and this particular guy? A student from their very own Suhong University. Trust me, stick around, because you and I are about to see this campus deal turn into an absolute masterpiece. Hearing that, Chu Yi simply agreed. Immediately, Liu Shishui held up a tiny beast with 2 different colored eyes. Starting his pitch, this gale wolf is just 10 days old, man. Its mother was a solid silver rank beast. I used an appraisal skill. Its potential is definitely silver rank. Yours for just 60 points. But Chu Yi honestly felt pretty underwhelmed. Silver rank? Got any gold ones? The seller scoffed. Gold rank? Good luck finding one of those anywhere in this entire market. But hey, if you're actually serious, the second I hear about a gold tier cub, I will let you know right away. It's gonna cost way more, obviously. Chu Yi sighed. Never mind. Let me look at this little guy first. Chu Yi scooped up the tiny gale wolf. The cub instantly liked him, letting out this super soft, adorable little whimper. Senior Chu Yi, something feels completely off here. This cub is way too small. It is totally underdeveloped, his friend warned. Liu Shishui looked super guilty. He stuttered, claiming gale wolves are naturally smaller than other beasts, making up bad excuses. Chu Yi just lifted the little gale wolf high up into the air and smiled warmly. Hey, no problem at all. I am taking this one. There are no useless mana beasts, only useless masters. I can totally see its bright future. Once the points were transferred, Lu Shishui grinned like an absolute maniac, happily handing Zhao Yi a special magic scroll. This mana beast contract scroll is completely free. Total comes to 60 points. Go ahead and form your contract right now. Then you can store it in your contract space. Super easy. Honestly, Lu Shishui was secretly losing his mind with joy. Out of the entire litter of Gale wolf cubs, this specific runt was in the absolute worst physical condition possible. He thought he'd never sell it, but suddenly he hooks a total rookie. Thank God he already locked in those 60 points. Now, watch closely. The seller expects a messy failure, but you and I are about to witness absolute magic happen. Come on, buddy. I believe you can become insanely strong. With those words, Zhao Yi initiated the magical contract process. Remember that luck potion? The one granting him insane good fortune for 12 whole hours? Yeah, it was still fully active. Boom. The defective little cub instantly transformed into a super tier mana beast, leaving the entire market staring in utter shock. That glowing purple light? He scored an epic beast in a campus stall. Crazy luck. Hey man, selling that cub? I will pay 1,000 points right now. Brother Zhao Yi, your eye for talent is unreal. This cub was actually a devolved epic tier beast the whole time. The second it received your personal mana to nurture it, it instantly recovered its original legendary talent tier. Zhao Yi scratched his head, forcing a smile. Epic tier? He thought. Wow, I completely underestimated how crazy that luck potion is. Hearing the crowd gasp in pure awe made the seller grind his teeth in extreme, bitter anger. He basically handed an epic beast to a freshman for pure dirt. Oh, hey, brother Zhao Yi, you haven't even named it yet, Jiang Churan gently reminded him. Zhao Yi paused, thinking for just a quick second. All right, let's call him Xiaoyi. While they were happily playing with Xiaoyi, the seller shamelessly went back on his deal. My deepest apologies, fellow student. It was totally my oversight selling this to you at a silver price. To keep it, you literally owe me another 1,500 points. You and I saw this coming, right? The classic scammer trying to dissolve the contract and take it all back. I will refund your 300 points. Decide right now. If you don't know what is good for you, do not blame me for getting violent. The surrounding crowd heard his threat and started loudly whispering. It was super obvious. The seller failed to check the cub's actual tier. Seriously? Why else would he have sold it for practically nothing? But Lu Shishui is backed by the powerful Lu family major academy partners. Looks like our freshman is in some serious trouble now. That insane epic tier beast he just scored? He probably will not even be allowed to keep the little guy. Still, trying to forcefully take back a pet after you just legally sold it? Absolutely ridiculous behavior. Boom. Zhao Yi's raw power erupted. Face completely dark with killing intent, he snapped, "Stop daydreaming and get out of my sight." One cold glare was all it took. Lu Shishui was so terrified he questioned his entire existence. How could a simple freshman have such a monstrous aura? Watching Zhao Yi slowly approach, step by heavy step, the seller trembled uncontrollably, aggressively stammering out pathetic excuses. Bro, my bad. This is totally just a massive misunderstanding. I swear, a complete misunderstanding. He keeps the cub, warning the scammer to vanish forever. And trust me, you and I definitely wouldn't want to face this guy's wrath either. Alright, let's jump right back into the academy madness. Zhao Yi and Jiang Churan head out, and she is totally thrilled, holding his hand. She asks if she can visit and play with Xiaohui later. Zhao Yi smiles. You can come over absolutely anytime, but wait. The crowd finally spots him. Whispers start spreading like wildfire. Hold on. Isn't that Zhao Yi? The absolute #1 ranked freshman, the exact same guy Principal Wang Hai took as his personal student. Rumor has it he just bagged a gold contribution medal too. Meanwhile, Lu Jishui always flexes his family's wealth to act like a total jerk, but this time, he messed with the wrong guy. Suddenly, the crowd splits. Make way. Wait, is that Lu Wuchang? Did he show up for his little brother? Lu Wuchang stomps straight through the crowd, towering over his pathetic brother. Seeing his backup, the kid instantly starts whining. Big bro, you have to get revenge. But before he can finish, boom, a brutal kick straight to his face. You absolute trash. He screams. Do you have any clue what a freshman getting a gold contribution medal actually means? You are insanely lucky he did not end you right there. From now on, stop being a total embarrassment. Get out of my sight right now. The bully grabs his swollen face, terrified of who he just provoked. Now, here is where you and I need to pay attention. Back to our guy and his epic tier Gale Wolf. It is insanely young, but already using wind magic purely on instinct. While Zhao Yi tests out the pup's crazy skills, the Snow Dragon Legion suddenly rolls up. They hand-deliver the Extreme Ice Lotus right to him, and he is absolutely grinning. I honestly did not expect these guys to move this fast. It has not even been 3 days since I left the Raging Wind Mountains, and they already tracked it down. With this legendary Ice Lotus finally secured, the next step is simple. He just needs to forge the Extreme Cold Pill. That will completely fix Xiao Yun's dangerous bloodline awakening. Remembering his master's advice, Zhao Yi immediately books a session with a pro alchemist. You are booked with the 9th grade legend, Master Hai Tian. Refining an S-rank heavenly treasure demands insane security and seriously rare materials. Head over to the alchemy department to sort out the details. Getting the message, Zhao Yi sprints straight to the lab. Bad news though, the master is out on a research trip. Only his apprentice, Lin Yi, is holding down the fort. She asks what kind of pill he needs forged. If he has any questions, she can clear them up right now. You and I both know he is about to flex. He drops the S-rank extreme cold materials, and Lin Yi literally gasps in shock. An S-rank heavenly treasure, the extreme ice lotus, and even an A-rank ice spirit grass? You are just a freshman. How do you have so much crazy rare loot? Zhao Yi just gives a humble smile. Just got lucky. Since you already brought the ice lotus and the spirit grass yourself, you only need to drop 800 academic credits for the S-rank forging fee. Just leave your contact info here. The second my master finishes crafting this epic pill, I will ping you to come and grab it immediately. They swap contacts, and Zhao Yi heads straight to his next class. Walking in, he catches 2 students whispering, "Dude, did you hear? They are spotting otherworldly monsters everywhere right now." Wait, seriously? You seriously have not heard? Huge guilds and legions are getting pulled back from the front lines. My buddy leaked the info. He said it is because traces of otherworldly monsters are popping up literally all over the Zhongsha nation. Wow. News of this massive monster invasion is spreading super fast. While Zhao Yi is deep in thought, a hand taps his shoulder. Song Xuan, you are in this class too? Of course, Dean Wu Ming is my mentor. Looks like we are classmates now. Song Xuan reaches out her hand with a huge smirk. Classmate Zhao Yi, I hope you have my back out there. Anytime. She laughs. Come on, you are way too strong. I doubt I will ever be the one protecting you. But hey, if you ever need a favor, just say the word. Right on cue, the magical beast instructor walks through the door. And guess what? It is none other than Sue Meyer. Listen up. Before we kick things off, I have some massive news for everyone here. The rumors are totally real. Otherworldly monsters have breached the Zhongsha nation. They might not be boss tier yet, but the higher-ups are taking this threat dead seriously. Because of this looming threat, every single legion in the nation is officially on level 3 combat alert. And get this, top universities are literally doubling their resource drops for students. So what do you and I make of this? Suhong University is boosting rank-based monthly resources by 70%. Plus, completing any university-assigned missions. You guys are getting way more academic credits than before. Abyss mode for the 3 main campus dungeons is finally open. But there is a huge catch: you have to buy Abyss stones using your academic credits. The entire classroom instantly explodes into complete chaos. Stick with me here, the nation is dropping absolutely insane resources. They want to forge absolute monsters at any cost. Unlocking Abyss mode means I can personally grab a massive ton of crazy new loot. Even the base credits and mission drops got a massive buff today. The Academy is definitely planning something huge. Everyone, you need to quiet down right now. Standing up front, Teacher Sue snaps her fingers, blasting out a massive wave of pure energy that shuts the whole class up immediately. Ignore the resource changes. Your only real job is to train hard and become absolute beasts. Looks like I am not the only one leveling up rapidly. Teacher Sue is way more powerful than when we first met. Zhu Yi thinks quietly. All right, listen up everybody. Let us kick off today's lesson. Open your books. A few hours fly by, and class wraps up. I am already level 19. Since I have the extreme cold ice lotus, I can completely skip those crazy dangerous Gale Mountains from now on. And this brand new Abyss level Goblin dungeon, it is literally the absolute best spot for me to grind and level up. While Zhu Yi is plotting his next move, he spots Zhang Churan waiting just down the hall. Xiaoan, what are you doing here? I heard the drop rates for the 3 main campus dungeons got super buffed. I wanted to team up with you. Man, what a coincidence. I was literally just thinking about that. Once they teleport straight into the dungeon lobby, Jang Charon turns and asks, "Which difficulty are you picking?" "The Abyss level." "What about you?" She instantly waves her hands in total panic. Abyss level is actual suicide. We are totally on different tiers. With my current stats, I am pretty sure I can only handle the hard mode for now. Chu Yi gently takes her hand to comfort her. "Do not worry. Once I clear this Abyss run, I will party up and carry you through it." "Awesome. It is a promise then. I will tackle hard mode first. Good luck out there." "All right," she replies with a shy smile, and walks away. But suddenly, one single player steps into the lobby, and the whole crowd goes wild. Now, watch closely. Why exactly is a top-tier legend like Shi Mingyuan suddenly showing up at a starter dungeon? You have not heard? Smashing the speed record in an Abyss mode run literally grants you a rare talent achievement award. Oh, wow. Talent achievements are insanely impossible to trigger normally. Makes perfect sense why Shi Mingyuan sprinted all the way down here today. Shi Mingyuan, level 23 mage, sitting at rank 86 on the Earth leaderboard. Whatever. So boring. Time for me to jump into the Abyss. Chu Yi mutters under his breath, completely ignoring the guy's stacked stats. He casually clicks Abyss mode and walks right in. The entire lobby completely loses their minds watching this madness. Wait, Chu Yi? Is that not the top-ranked guy from the freshman class? Yeah, but he is only a level 19 Holy Knight doing an Abyss run. He is totally out of his mind. Talk about massively overestimating your own stats. Those 400 academic credits of his just went straight into the garbage. Hearing this, Shi Mingyuan smirks to himself. Guess this massive credit boost gave these weak rookies a fake sense of ultimate power. System alert. Abyss mode selected. We are deducting 400 credits from your balance right now to forge your Abyss keystone, transporting straight into the Goblin Undercity. Warning. Abyss monsters hit way harder and are insanely aggressive. If you are about to die in there, smash your keystone to instantly teleport out of this nightmare alive. Can you believe this absolute wreckage? The Goblin Horde literally destroyed every single thing in sight. Right while he is thinking, a dirty goblin launches a sneak attack, but with one super casual backhand. Chu Yi instantly sends that ugly monster to the grave. Instantly, a massive goblin army completely surrounds him and charges in. Monster info, level 22 Goblin Warrior, silver tier with deadly ambush and slash abilities. Okay, that is a seriously massive swarm. But the tougher the enemy gets, the more epic this fight becomes. Gripping his mace, Chu Yi swings hard, instantly wiping out the whole front wave in one blast. Bam! Another huge wave spawns instantly. Chu Yi realizes he needs a real strategy. The real danger here is just the endless suicide swarms rushing him. Fighting like this is going to bleed my mana pool completely dry. I have got to save my energy. If I empty my tank now, I will have nothing left to nuke the final boss. Changing tactics, Chu Yi decides to activate his crazy Radiant Illusion Slash. You and I just witnessed pure destruction. He swings at lightning speed, blasting out light waves that completely vaporize the entire monster mob. Goblin mob destroyed. 11,236 experience points gained. Level 19 progress. 22,000 out of 54,000. Let's jump right in. You and I both know leveling up gets ridiculously hard later on. Even after wiping out all these goblins, he'll only hit level 20. He is really banking on the boss experience points for a major breakthrough. Chu Yi pushes deeper and instantly spots the boss. Level 24. Goblin King. Epic tier potential. Skills are completely unknown. The system notes, this king led his tribe to conquer multiple human cities. The monster growls, a pathetic little human. Welcome to the land of the dead. You dare slaughter my entire tribe? Die, you wretched human. And just like that, the Goblin King brings its massive axe slamming down. Chu Yi leaps high into the air to narrowly dodge the strike. This goblin is surprisingly powerful, isn't it? Despite its massive size, its speed is totally unaffected. Thinking fast, Chu Yi gathers his energy and immediately launches a brutal counterattack. But the boss has super armor active right now. While in this state, it totally resists every single physical attack. Worse, it triggers a shield that actually reflects a chunk of incoming damage. So yeah, his last strike did absolutely nothing. Realizing physical hits are useless here, Chu Yi completely switches tactics. He channels his magic system, instantly summoning glowing magical chains. He completely locks the boss down, totally paralyzing it. Then boom, he unleashes a single, devastating blast that wipes the boss out instantly. The system chimes. Congratulations on clearing the Abyss tier dungeon. Clear time, 10 minutes and 56 seconds. Based on past runs, you have established a brand new speed record for this dungeon. Big congratulations on taking down the final boss. You received 30 attribute points, 30 skill points, and 24,119 experience points. This king was literally an abyss-tier boss. But wait for it. You and I just watched him end the fight in one single hit. And here he was, saving a massive chunk of mana, totally ready to drop his heaviest skills to secure the win. Suddenly, another glowing panel pops up. For shattering the clear record, you have unlocked the A- rank talent. Swift casting. The casting speed for your magic skills gets a massive boost. Now, even those low-level spells can be thrown out instantly, just as he expected. Smashing records inside an abyss difficulty dungeon actually rewards you with a brand new, rare talent. With this A- rank swift casting buff equipped, his overall power just jumped up to an entirely different tier. Time to head back. The only real bummer here is that he is still just barely shy of hitting level 20. With tons of academic credits now, he plans to drag Sharon into the Abyss dungeon next time. Meanwhile, back outside in the main lobby, tons of players who confidently picked the Abyss difficulty had already been forced to tap out. They just couldn't handle the pressure. Now, they are standing around with everyone else, staring up at the massive ranking board, absolutely buzzing with excitement. So far, not a single person has cleared it. This Abyss tier dungeon is pure torture. The second I walked in, hundreds of silver-grade goblins literally swarmed me out of nowhere. If I did not escape immediately, I would definitely be dead right now. They don't call it Abyss difficulty for nothing. The difficulty is beyond insane. It looks like our only hope rests on those top-ranked heavyweights, like Shiman Hyun, hiding in the crowd. Kwang So-yan listens to this and thinks, thank God I only picked the medium difficulty tier. That is the only reason I survived. Now, I know what you're thinking, will Brother Ye make it? Let's find out together. I heard an Abyss-level dungeon opened up during this year's freshman competition too. Yeah, sure, but how many actually survived it? Exactly. Oh wait, wasn't there that one guy named Chu Yi? A level 19 Holy Knight who completely dominated the freshman class. He even set a new record. While they are gossiping, someone suddenly screams out loud, the dungeon record just got broken again. The second guy points directly at the massive ranking board, eyes totally wide with pure shock. Wait, are you talking about that name up there? Rank number 1, Chu Yi. Abyss difficulty, clear progress 100%. Total time, 10 minutes and 56 seconds. The system officially confirms this as the fastest clear time ever for the Abyss Goblin dungeon. The entire crowd goes wild. Someone actually cleared the impossible Abyss dungeon. But wait, Chu Yi? Why have I literally never heard that name before? Is that all? At all? Senior Chu Yi? He was a top freshman, sure. But taking down a level 24 epic grade Goblin King? Absolutely no way. I was literally in that exact freshman competition. It has only been a few days. How did Chu Yi get so overpowered this fast? Hold on. Brother Hai probably just went in later, so he is naturally lagging a bit behind. A young guy laughs confidently, adding quietly in his own head. The second Brother Hai steps out with a better record. Chu Yi's name is getting knocked right off that top spot, but plotting aside at that exact moment, a totally beaten-up Chi Min Hai stumbles out of the dungeon. The guy quickly rushes over to help him. He groans in pain. This Abyss dungeon is just way too brutal. I burned through so much gold-grade equipment and still completely failed. Jin He curses, suddenly realizing the crowd is totally ignoring him. And that is where we leave it. Trust me, you will want to see what happens next. Stick with me here. Everyone was crowding that ranking board, absolutely buzzing. He thought it was weird, but didn't sweat it. He just whipped out a potion to patch up his fresh wounds. Then his lackey dropped the bomb. Chu Yi just cleared the Abyss dungeon in record time. The news hit him so hard, he literally choked on his drink. Look, Chu Yi is out. But wait, no way. He's barely a level 19 freshman. How could a rookie clear an Abyss tier run? How could I lose to him? I need answers right now. He's just stepping out of the gate. He definitely cheated. Chi Min Hyun smashed his bottle in pure rage, slapped on a painfully fake smile, and walked over to chat with Chu Yi. But before he could even spit the words out, Chu Yi completely blanked him. Just walked right past to meet Kwang So-yan. She smiled. Congrats on the clear. I barely survived hard mode. I feel like you're leaving me in the dust. Chu Yi just smiled, reaching out to pat Kwang So-yan's head gently. Hey, don't stress it. The Goblin King is a total joke. I'll teach you every single trick to beat this stage. Plus, I am swimming in credits right now. I can carry you through a few more runs until you completely master the mechanics. After that, Even the abyss difficulty will be easy. While those two shared a sweet moment, the crowd kept hyping Chu Yi up. Meanwhile, Qin Minhyun was left sulking in a corner, finally accepting the harsh truth. In Chu Yi's blinding spotlight, he was officially a nobody. True to his word, Chu Yi dragged Kwang So-yin into the abyss dungeon. During the fight, he stacked buffs on her and called out goblin weak spots for one-shot kills. Now watch closely. Everything was a breeze until they hit the boss room. An abyss boss is absolute nightmare fuel. Brother Ye, how did you even survive? It looks terrifying, but its magic resistance is actual trash. Just nuke it with heavy magic skills and it goes right down. Hearing that, Kwang Go-nian stepped up to solo the boss. Exploiting that weak resistance, Kwang Su-nian tapped into her charm demon bloodline. She fired off the demon's blade skill, unleashing an absolute storm of slashes. That dark demonic energy packed inside the slashes was supposed to detonate on impact. It should have dealt massive dark attribute damage. But plot twist. Instead of melting the boss, her attack actually buffed its magic, making the monster stronger. The massive beast slammed its foot down, triggering a brutal shockwave. The ground shattered, blasting out waves of force meant to knock back and stun anyone nearby. Xiaoying planted his feet, flaring his own power to block the blast. He shouted through the chaos, "Tunian, are you hurt? I am okay, Brother Xia. This is my fault. I lost control of my magic, and the boss just fed on it to level up. Hey, do not blame yourself. Hold on, let me test a different attack on this thing." Chongyi immediately fired off Light's Judgment. Bam, blocked right by its shield. The attack did almost zero damage this time around. Its magic resistance just skyrocketed. He realized with a heavy sinking feeling. Shangyi grit his teeth. Okay, this is bad. I'll try one last strike. If this does not work, you shatter that abyssal crystal immediately. Remember, this is only a practice run. Do not get killed. Throwing his hands up, Shangyi summoned glowing magical chains to lock the boss down. But nope, the monster snapped them like absolute twigs. Watching him struggle, Kwang soon felt awful. This is all my fault. I made this fight impossible. What am I supposed to do? We both see where this is going, right? That crushing guilt woke her inner demon. It whispered in her mind. You are too weak. Master your succubus bloodline. Do that, and you won't have to watch your precious brother Xiangyi struggle. Only absolute power will let you stand by his side. It is time. Unleash everything. Get stronger. So Nian whispered, completely hypnotized. Her eyes flashed deadly red. Out of options, Xiao Inji started charging up his archangel form just to keep her safe. But suddenly, a massive beam of pitch-black energy blasted right past his shoulder, cleanly severing the boss's entire weapon arm. Chuangyi froze, staring at the girl behind him. Brother Chuangyi, let me butcher this thing for you. This dark, demonic version of So Nian purred. Why shouldn't I just eat its magic? It's trying to corrupt me anyway. The boss roared in pure panic. Oh, calm down, that was just an appetizer. Smirking, Kwang Go-nian casually flicked her wrist, blasting the beast again. I want it all. Give me more magic. Honestly, you look absolutely pathetic right now. That's where we leave it. Never mess with an awakened demon. She destroyed it with one single hit. System alert. Student Kwang So-nian just crushed the Goblin King boss, bagging 15 free attribute points, 15 skill points, and 23,200 XP. The disgusting monster is finally dead. Kwang Go-nin pulls back her aura and approaches Chongyi, looking incredibly seductive, leaving our guy completely stunned. You and I know something is definitely off here. His eyes turn ice cold. Are you really yourself right now? Hearing that, the demoness suddenly freezes right in her tracks. Slowly, she shifts back to normal. The usual Kwang So-in stammers out, looking totally flustered. You were scared, Brother Chowie, right? That entire crazy moment? Just the demonic power from my succubus bloodline acting up. Chowie lifts her chin, studying her face closely for a second before breathing a huge sigh of relief. Thank goodness. I honestly thought the demon possessed you. She laughs it off. No way. Hey, why don't we team up and farm this boss again? Once you fully master that demonic power, I bet you'll be soloing abyss-level dungeons without even breaking a single sweat. Besides, the Goblin King and us are basically best buddies now. I'm sure he won't mind the extra beatdowns, right? That is academy life. A dungeon boss exists literally just to get farmed for our sweet loot, but maximizing those dungeon rewards, that takes real strategy. Xiaowing flashes a sly grin, one scary enough to make the dead Goblin King absolutely tremble in fear. Outside, the crowd is still completely mind-blown by Xia's previous speed record. But then, the leaderboard updates again, a full minute faster than the old record. And the player? None other than Shy. Absolute chaos erupts as a massive shockwave ripples through the watching crowd. Watch closely, you and I know the crowd is about to absolutely lose their minds over Chia again. He really cleared it again, and somehow shaved off even more time. That is terrifying. Boom. The board flashes another insane record, completely crushing Xiangyi's time. First place, Kwang So Nian. The chosen difficulty, Abyss level. 100% completion progress. Time, 9 minutes and 23 seconds. It is officially confirmed, the new speed record for the Abyss Goblin Dungeon. Wait, isn't she a freshman? They only do hard mode. How is she soloing an Abyss level right now? Well, Kwang So Nian is ranked second among the freshman class. Plus, with Chu Yi actively guiding her, breaking past her level limits isn't impossible at all. Right then, Chi Minhai's lackey grabs his head and groans in pure defeat. Brother Hyun, I finally understand you. Seeing the massive gap between me and a true genius? That absolute helplessness is just brutal, man. And just like that, Xia Ongyi and Kwang So Nian keep spamming the dungeon, grinding on their own absolute god-tier setups. They blaze through the Abyss level one last time as a duo before finally teleporting back to the main lobby. Zhao Yi, the Elemental Academy has a freshman fireworks show tonight. Let's go together. Zhao Yi smiles back. Sounds amazing, perfect chance to just chill out. So, our duo heads straight for the gorgeous Elemental Academy campus. Taking in the incredible views, Zhou Yi is totally blown away. This is the famous Elemental Academy, after all. I know what you're thinking, magic streetlights? Wild. We literally farmed dungeons until dark without noticing. We scored an absolutely massive haul from conquering the Abyss level dungeon this time around. All thanks to your carry. You did the heavy lifting. I just backed you up. Joy replies with a soft smile. Suddenly, he stops dead in his tracks, staring at a massive stone figure. Who is that? That's Mage Wei Yang, the Guardian Archmage. He literally single-handedly crushed multiple crazy invasions from the terrifying otherworld demonic legions. His epic heroic deeds made him an absolute legend. Sadly, during the Great War, a Lord-level demon violently ambushed him. In the end, the ultimate sacrifice. His soul was completely wiped out, meaning resurrection was absolutely impossible. A true legend. Honestly, my history is rusty. Can you give me the quick rundown on the terrifying Dark Age? Absolutely. Jang Chiron starts explaining. To truly grasp that bloody history, you gotta jump back 80 years to the Golden Age. In the year 254, tons of insane, naturally gifted class users started rising to supreme power. That massive power boom is exactly why it became known as the Golden Age. Legends like the Tempest Sword Saint Kang Pinghai and Blazing Flame Saber Saint Li Xiaoyang. Those titans are still holding the front lines today. But right when humanity felt hopeful enough to counterattack the otherworld, bam! The horrifying Dark Age suddenly dropped on them. It unleashed the most absolute frenzied invasion of otherworld monsters humanity had ever witnessed. The absolute titans of the Golden Age faced an impossible threat. One by one, they laid down their precious lives. Makes you think, right? 30 agonizing years, and hundreds of millions dead. That is the bloody price for the peace we have today. Stick with me here. The otherworldly monsters are invading again. Hoping it is just a bad dream? No need to panic. Zhou Yi gently patted her head, keeping things completely calm. This massive monster wave? It only happened because of a random, temporary spatial rift opening up. These creatures are not even that strong. Plus, our heroes have leveled up massively since last time. If darkness falls, those monsters are the ones completely doomed. Jang Chiron just laughed out loud at his confidence. You are totally right. We have been training and stacking up power for ages. We are beyond ready for this fight. Boom. Fireworks suddenly lit up the night sky. An absolutely hyped Jang Chan grabbed Zhou Yi and pulled him along. Let's rush to the viewing spot. The view up there is going to be epic. Zhou Yi agreed. The very next day, he took a train home. Meanwhile, his little sister Aching was waiting impatiently. Don't worry at all. Your brother just called and said he is almost home. Right on cue, Zhou Yi walked in. Welcome home. Xiao Yun sprinted over, giving him a massive hug. Catching her with a huge smile, Zhou Yi sighed. I was so worried about your condition, but seeing you this happy and energetic, I can finally breathe. Zhao Yi, you are back. Zhao Yi smiled warmly. Aching, it has definitely been a while. Zhao Yi, how long are you staying this time around? Probably just 3 or 4 days. I took time off specifically to finish Xiao Yun's final treatment. That is way too short. She pouted heavily, but she instantly perked up. Brother, did you bring a gift for your absolute favorite little sister? Obviously, I brought you epic loot from an abyss-level dungeon clear. Then, Chu Yi pulled a mysterious horn straight from his inventory. Just blow this horn, and a gold-tier spectral bear fiend will instantly summon to protect you from anything. Jiang clapped excitedly. You are the best. Chu Yi just laughed and ruffled her hair gently. Once you are fully healed, I bet you will become just as overpowered as me. Minutes later, Secretary Zhao brought Kuei Lina straight to Chu Yi's mansion. Welcome, both of you. Mr. Zhou, I called Miss Kui yesterday, and she traveled overnight just to be here. Suina chuckled softly. Secretary Zhao, an invitation from Chu Yi is not something I can ignore right now. Chu Yi replied humbly. You are way too kind, Miss Kui. I should thank you for rushing over. Oh, and I completely forgot to congratulate you. You found the Extreme Frost Ice Lotus, and actually refined it into the insanely potent Extreme Frost Pill. Watch closely here. Secretary Zhao was absolutely stunned. A legendary rank pill? That is a priceless, world-class treasure. Chu Yi scratched his head awkwardly. Honestly, I just got super lucky. My master recommended a top-tier alchemy expert to help refine it. Anyway, let's hurry and start my sister's final healing ritual. You are totally right. Let's handle the important stuff first. Soon, Yun tugged Yi's clothes, looking super worried. Brother, are you sure this is safe? He smiled. Yun, do not panic. Just relax. Just swallow this pill, and your true Frost Bloodline will awaken. That wild frost power will never hurt you again. Ye handed over the Polar Core pill. Taking a deep breath, Yun grabbed it and stepped right into the magic circle. Brother, I am ready. Instantly, Ye started stacking high-level buffs right onto Yun. Blessing of the Dawn, Grace of Protection, and Grace of Courage. He was setting up the absolute perfect conditions for Thana to conduct the healing treatment. I am a second advancement priest, yet my holy light is inferior to Ye? As Tharina zoned out, Ye interrupted. Please activate the magic circle now. Not a problem at all. Thana unleashed her raw power, firing up the circle and yelling for Yun to take the Polar Core pill immediately. You feel that tension, right? Insane frost energy suddenly exploded outward, forcing everyone back. She was losing control. Is this going wrong? Qing asked, her voice totally panicked. It is fine. I have got this. Yi summoned his sacred flame wheel, completely melting away the wild frost outburst. Then he smiled with pure confidence. That was her final frost eruption. Tharina watched Yun closely and let out a huge sigh. The hardest part is over. Now, we just wait patiently for Yun to completely finish her epic bloodline awakening. Soon enough, the brutal treatment ended. Yi instantly dashed over to Yun's side. How do you feel right now? She playfully declared herself completely cured. So, what do you and I do next? Check those new stats. Stick with me. Watch Yun test her power. This Frost Bloodline just unlocked an insane innate talent, pure control over the ice element. She and the frost, they are in perfect sync right now. She can manipulate it however she wants. But wait, can a bloodline awakening seriously grant a new talent? Normally, not a chance. But she is Yi's sister, and she just awakened the incredibly rare Frost Bloodline. Yi looks on proudly. Honestly, both of them have scored massive upgrades from this icy genetic jackpot. It makes him wonder, were their ancestors actually high-level class users with legendary frost powers? If so, their clan must have fallen off hard over the years. Anyway, Yun's Frost Awakening is officially a massive success, but just to be totally safe, Yi asks the doctor for one last thorough health checkup. Thana cheerfully agrees. Right then, Secretary Zhao chimes in, confirming that Zhou Yun is fully healed and rocking her new frost powers. The mayor is taking this super seriously. In fact, he specially ordered a massive batch of cultivation resources just for Yi and his sister. Yi shakes Secretary Zhao's hand with pure gratitude. He thanks him, mentioning he has to head back to the academy soon, so he needs them to keep an eye on Yun. The secretary smiles. It is an absolute honor. Watching Yun joke around with Sister Qing, Yi asks what class she wants to pursue. A mage, obviously. Yi nods in agreement. It is the perfect fit. He promises to find her a crazy hidden mage class once she hits level 10. Awesome, she cheers. But then she suddenly claims she can feel a dark power awakening inside her, and their ultimate liberation is coming. Now, watch closely. Yun's wicked gaze and dark villain speech leaves everyone completely stunned. Thana panics and rushes over. Did she miss something in the checkup? Where is this dark power from? But Yi just sighs. He suddenly remembers when they were little kids, way before any of this power awakening, back when they used to cosplay as superheroes. She would dramatically warn him about the darkness, a tiny 3-year-old Yun vowing to protect world peace. Snapping back to reality, Yi realizes she is just acting out her embarrassing childhood script. Before she can finish, Yi just drags her outside. Time to show her what real frost power looks like. Yoon dramatically screams for Sister Cheng to save her. Watching this chaotic performance, the adults nervously agree she is definitely going to be an outstanding mage. She is not usually like this, I swear. While Secretary Zhao and Qing awkwardly make excuses, Thena just stands there sweating, still worried about that dark power. Right after the awakening, Yi suggests a friendly spar. Yoon instantly gets into character, threatening to freeze everything. With a ridiculous battle cry, Jo Yun goes all out, launching a flashy, full-force ice element attack straight at Jo Yi's face to show off her skills. But it gets completely shut down by his shining sacred light of protection. He smirks. Since her body is clearly fully recovered, it is time to start a brutal training regimen. You and I saw this coming. Jo Yun instantly fakes her cold energy acting up. She claims she can't train today. Nice try. But under Jo Yi's strict supervision, she is still dragged into working out. After one high-intensity session, she is completely out of juice, face planted on the ground and groaning in pain. She whines that she had no idea training was this awful. As for saving the whole world, she officially leaves that grand mission to him. Yi just sighs, totally helpless against her antics. He decides to summon Little Koi, the cute new familiar he just signed a contract with. He tells her this little guy will be her training partner for the next few days. He jokingly warns her not to lose to a fish, because that is pathetic. No problem at all. Jo Yun promises she will definitely train hard now, happily petting her adorable new little familiar. She instantly asks the fish to go sign a dark contract and become ultimate partners in crime. Yi catches the look of pure, absolute misery on Little Koi's face, and just completely bursts out laughing. He will never forget this. A few days pass. Yi grabs Little Koi to head back to school, but gets totally surprised by Su-mania waiting at his door. The massive freshman exchange tournament is starting soon, and the epic team battles require a 5-person squad. She came all this way just to have him confirm the final roster for their school squad. He's officially team captain now. That's where we leave it, trust me. You'll want to see this upcoming tournament. You and I are about to watch him build an unstoppable team. No problem. Jo Yi smiles. She hands over the files for the top 10 ranked freshmen, leaving his own name out. He just needs to pick 4 to fill out his squad. Without hesitating, Jo Yi says he's just taking the top 4 highest-ranked students. Miss Su instantly shuts that down. She warns him he's being way too reckless here. Team battles usually drag out into the late game. It completely becomes a massive test of endurance. That means a priest class is absolutely vital to keep everyone healed up and fighting. Sure, he's a paladin with solid buffs, but his healing cannot even compete with a dedicated priest. For a standard 5-man squad, a healer is completely non-negotiable. But Jo Yi just grins. He confidently states that if they crush the enemy fast enough, they won't even need any healing. He tells Miss Su he's completely dead set on taking the solo championship in the upcoming exchange tournament. Plus, once he pops that crazy angel bloodline in teamfights, he can literally solo the entire enemy squad. His raw power totally dwarfs the other freshmen. With him on the front lines, a healer is basically dead weight. They could just steamroll every rival school. Realizing this, Swanee finally compromises. She agrees to hand this aggressive roster over to Dean Wu, but then remembers something. Did he sort out Little Yun's bloodline awakening? Jo Yi nods, thanking Miss Su for giving him the tip about that extreme cold ice lotus. Swanee smiles, totally relieved to hear the good news. But then Jo Yi gets serious. He asks Miss Su exactly where he can secure a hidden class change scroll. A hidden class scroll? Now this is where it gets interesting for us. Knowing that monsters are about to spill out of a dimensional rift has been putting massive pressure on him lately. He desperately needs Little Yun to get strong enough to defend herself. Swanee praises his protective brotherly instinct. She casually mentions the scrolls are listed on the school website, but warns it won't be easy before leaving. Jo Yi is pretty confused at first, until he logs into the academy portal and sees the crazy requirements. To even buy one, you need to hit level 25 and hold an absolute A-rank grade or higher. Plus, you gotta clear an A-rank mission and dominate either the Earth or Heaven rankings. Absolutely insane. No kidding. Locking down a hidden class change scroll is basically a nightmare. And the absolute cheapest one? It costs a jaw-dropping 20,000 academy credits to purchase. He realizes he can't hook Little Yun up immediately, but he swears to grind his way to that goal within the next 6 months. Suddenly, a system quest drops dominate the National Freshman Exchange Tournament. The mission officially kicks off. The system promises to dish out some insane achievement rewards based purely on how hard he wrecks the competition in this national tournament. I know what you're thinking. He is absolutely hyped right now. The last 2 times this happened, those system rewards spiked his power to ridiculous heights. He knows he has to go all out. Getting the absolute best tournament results means securing the most overpowered loot possible. Meanwhile, the high-level deans are all holding a serious meeting regarding the upcoming tournament. Dean Wu confirms Chu Yi's submitted roster for the team battles and gives everyone a quick breakdown. Captain Chu Yi, a holy knight, joined by spirit swordsman Zhang Chan, Taoist Song Helen, Mage Lingxi, and warrior Wei Tasun. Hearing this, Dean Wu Kokjin immediately objects. Where is the priest? Dean Se agrees running a squad like this is incredibly reckless. Without a healer, their margin for error is practically zero. But while the others panic, Dean Ju Huang smirks. He calmly states that he doesn't see a single problem with this strategy. With Chu Yi's overwhelming power, adding a priest would honestly just be completely redundant. After that epic bloodline refinement, Ju Huang knows nobody understands the kid's true potential better. Chu Yi could probably solo the team battle entirely. When you really break it down, he doesn't just hand out broken buffs. His defense is an absolute iron wall, and his offensive skills are even more devastating on the battlefield. He's literally covering 3 roles at once: swordsman, ultimate tank, and pure support. So what do you and I make of this? Even the tactics, Dean Zhongling has 0 objections. Stick with me here. You and I are about to see how his abilities and strategies completely dominate. Say, thought about it for a second. Then my department totally approves. Wuma announces the roster is set. Hopefully, Chu Yi can show off some absolutely shocking strength during the big exchange tournament. Now for the training phase. Dean Wu is officially put in charge of whipping them into shape. These freshmen? Super strong individually? Sure. But their teamwork and actual coordination still need serious work. No problem. They will meet at the War Academy in 3 days. Now, let's jump right back to our hero. While grinding out his daily quests, Chu Yi suddenly gets a message from his teacher, Wang Hui. Time to schedule a private session, his very first one since officially becoming a student. He is definitely going to learn a crazy new skill. But first, he needs to claim today's system reward. Let's see what the choices are. Option 1, 15 attribute points. Option 2, 15 skill points. Option 3, a completely random skill book. And option 4, a random chest. He picks the skill points and instantly feels a massive surge. Just by finishing daily quests, he racks up both attribute and skill points. With this broken system, leaving everyone else in the dust is almost too easy. Next day, they hit the training grounds. Staring down a pack of level 23 forest demon wolves, he asks if he should wipe them out. Wang Hui waves it off. They are at the Sky Marshal Guild's leveling spot just outside the forest, so there is 0 need to panic. And sure enough, not even a single second goes by before. Now watch closely, this gets absolutely insane as a massive dragon roars, sending those terrified wolves scattering everywhere. Seeing his stunned face, Wang Hui explains. That is a level 62 epic grade demon dragon, owned by his eldest senior disciple, keeping the local beasts completely in check. If just the pet dragon is this ridiculously strong, just imagine how terrifying the actual master must be. Wang Hui smiles proudly, saying they are evenly matched. Sitting pretty at level 64, his actual combat power is basically off the charts, which is exactly why he trusted him with the Sky Marshal Guild. Level 64 at just 30, that senior's talent is completely heaven-defying. But Wang Hui admits our boy's potential is actually higher. Keep pushing hard, because one day, his achievements are totally going to eclipse his seniors. Alright, time to pay attention. He is about to demonstrate a very special, high-level skill. Wang Hui merges Holy Light and Shield Infusion together, instantly summoning 2 absolutely massive golden shields. The colossal shields slowly grind toward each other. Boom! You felt that impact too, right? That earth-shattering explosion just leveled the ground, proving how overpowered a 3rd advancement professional actually is. When the smoke finally clears, Wang Hui tosses him a book. The first skill he will learn. Just focus your mind on the cover and burn those skill points to absorb it instantly. Got it? He nods, closes his eyes, follows the instructions perfectly, and locks in the new Holy Light Shield. It is an A+ rank level 1 move. Spawns 2 massive walls right in front of him. When they finally crash together, they trigger a huge explosion, dealing massive holy attribute magic damage. Allies walk right through, but enemies get blocked. Wait, a paladin legacy skill? Reading the specs, he seriously cannot hide his shock. A paladin legacy skill here? How does a master have a paladin move? Turns out, His senior sister created it herself back when she was a 3rd advancement paladin. He inherited the awesome technique from her back in the day, and now he is passing it down. You got it down? Show me what you can do. He executes it perfectly. The raw power isn't exactly mind-blowing yet, but Wang Hui still smiles, saying, level 1 is fine. Pulling off this much already shows serious talent. He specifically chose this technique for the upcoming team battles. Use those giant walls to split the battlefield and completely lock down enemy movement. Now that the new skill is locked in, practical combat training starts. A massive dragon lands behind them. Glaren is going to lure all the surrounding beasts here. The XP he earns depends totally on how hard he fights. Wang Hui gives the dragon the signal. Glaren roars. The beasts charge. Trust me, you and I do not want to miss this incoming bloodbath. All right, you and I are diving right in. A monster lunged from the bushes, aiming straight for Chu Yi's head, but our guy was totally ready. One simple strike sent that beast flying. Right after, Chu Yi unleashed an absolutely insane combo of every skill he had, stacking light buffs and blasting ice attacks. He wiped out every single monster. He didn't stop grinding until the sun came up. He was panting, absolutely drenched in sweat. Wang Hui just smirked. Going that hard? I really didn't think you would burn out every last drop of mana and stamina. Not scared more beasts will show up. Chu Yi just grinned back. You're still here, right, master? Chugging a potion to get his energy back, he could only think one thing. Man, this feeling of insanely power leveling all night is just epic. Boom. System alert. Congratulations, you hit level 22. Reward, 20 attribute points and 20 skill points. Without hesitating, Chu Yi dumped all those fresh points into upgrading his Holy Light Shield straight from level 1 to 3. Not bad, his master nodded. I figured you would only take out around 100 beasts. Never expected you to crush nearly 400. Chu Yi smiled. All thanks to you, master. On my own, grinding this much would have taken me months, he said gratefully. But then, Wang Hui's tone got a lot more serious. You were bold enough to enter the upcoming exchange tournament without a single healer. Since you're my student, you must stay absolutely cool under pressure and never drop your guard. Relax, master. With me leading the charge, that championship trophy is definitely ours. Meanwhile, over at a Stormwind Forest rest stop, the speakers suddenly blasted a hype announcement. The National Freshman Exchange Tournament was officially starting. 218 colleges from everywhere are officially participating. Now, watch closely, because here is where the haters start seriously doubting our guy. Suhong University doesn't have a healer? A wild lineup like that is completely suicidal. Are they a bottom-tier school or what? Just then, Zhou Rao and Zhou Dan strolled by. They overheard the juicy gossip, peeked at the roster screen themselves, and had to jump in. The screen showed Chu Yi as the team captain, with Zhang Churan as the vice captain. Scrolling through the online hate, Zhou Dan just cracked up. Someone literally posted that our entire lineup is trash, just because we skipped a healer. Look at this. Any team without a healer is totally guaranteed to fail. That is just hilarious. Zhou Rao agreed. These haters had zero clue how terrifyingly strong Chu Yi really was. The gossiping girls just glared back. Visibly annoyed, they snapped. Who are you guys? Sitting quietly nearby, Su Qinglin watched the groups bicker. She just smiled at Wanun and said, Go tell the staff I'm totally covering their bill today. In her head, she knew the truth. With a monster like Chu Yi leading them, lacking a healer didn't mean a single thing. That trophy was already theirs. Anyway, back to the action. After his lesson, Chu Yi spent his whole day smashing training bots in the sparring arena. Ever since he hit level 22, I know what you're thinking, when does it get hard? Well, these training bots were basically paperweights now, making his practice totally useless. Before he could ask Su Mir what to do, she actually called him first. Dean Wu was officially kicking off their special tournament training today. Everyone in the tournament had to be there. She told Chu Yi to drop everything and rush straight to the War Academy's main hall immediately. Walking in, he quickly spotted familiar faces, Zhang Churan and Sun Xiaolan. But there were two completely new faces. Wei Tin, a level 18 warrior, and Tong Ling, a super strong level 18 mage. While the team awkwardly said their hellos, Dean Wu secretly used his appraisal skill on Chu Yi. He realized Chu Yi's leveling speed was totally unbelievable, thanks to the principal. Hearing this, Zhang Churan stared at his captain, absolutely mind-blown. You seriously leveled up again? Chu Yi rubbed his neck. Got lucky with my master's help. Dean Wu clapped. All right, time is short, so listen up. To get you guys battle ready for the massive National Freshman Tournament, I will be your hardcore drill instructor. From here on, I'm leading your team battles and throwing you into pure specialized training for solo and survival matches. For today's brutal session, I'm testing your actual teamwork. Your very first mission? Group up and try to survive the absolute nightmare that is the Abyss-level Goblin City dungeon. And don't panic about the fees. The Academy is completely covering all costs for this Abyss run. Tong Ling realized something. No wonder they were pushed to hit level 18 fast. The teachers were setting them up for this Abyss challenge. Looking around, she felt pretty confident. With this stacked team, even an Abyss run should honestly be a total breeze. Besides, Tong Ling thought, glancing at Chu Yi, this guy was so overpowered, he could honestly clear an Abyss dungeon entirely solo. Trust me, you'll want to stick around for this. With them backing him up, failing is literally impossible. Catching Tang Lingxi staring, Chu Yi flashed her this blinding smile. The poor girl instantly panicked and ducked behind Tin, leaving Joy completely clueless. Stick with me here. We're heading right into the dungeon with this newly formed 5-man squad. Getting serious, Chu Yi took charge. Since it was their very first run together, he stepped up to handle the entire battle strategy. Everyone instantly agreed in unison. Wei Tian got the frontline duty pure defense and pulling all the monster aggro. Zhang Churan and Tong Lingxi were put on pure damage duty, while Song locked down all the supporting firepower from the backline. Chu Yi, he's playing pure support. Right as the roles were finally set, a massive horde of goblins crashed the party out of nowhere. Wei Yi rushed in first, smashing the ground with raw force. The huge shockwave instantly sent the monsters flying backward. She just stood there, totally shocked by her own attack. Her skill power had spiked by over 40%. Was this the captain's buff? Tangling watched Joy cast, completely mind-blown. No way. His spell casting speed was absolutely unreal. He just dropped 3 heavy buffs in under a single second. Not even a pure dedicated mage like her could ever dream of matching that speed. Snapping back to reality, Tong Lingxi quickly unleashed a totally devastating magic spell. It completely stalled the goblin charge. Seizing that perfect opening, Zhang Chiron bolted in, ruthlessly tearing down the monsters with her sword. Tin, watch out for an ambush. Right as Chu Yi yelled the warning, a deadly shower of arrows plummeted straight toward them. Catching the early warning, Wei Ti popped her shield wall just in time, perfectly blocking the sneaky goblin sniper strike. Now watch closely, something is totally off. This is completely different. Since when did dungeon goblins pack a ranged archer squad? Level 23 silver grade archers, with sneak attack barrage. Chu Yi casually checked out their monster info. He just laughed it off. It seemed because they brought a bigger squad, the dungeon goblins actually upgraded all their attack pattern. Still talking, Chu Yi dropped Punishment of Light, instantly wiping out the archers. He decided to clear out those annoying pests first, leaving the rest entirely to them. After all, Chu Yi's main goal for this run was building some actual team chemistry. Soloing it would totally ruin the point. No problem at all. Zhang Chan and Wei excitedly replied back. Seeing the whole team go so hard hyped Song Zolan up big time. She started spamming her attack talismans right at the horde. Meanwhile, observing from the monitor room, Wang watched the battle unfold and couldn't help but nod in approval. His casting speed had more than doubled since the freshman tournament. Sumi theorized some of his skills were dropping instantly with 0 delay. She figured that after surviving the Abyss-level dungeon, the new talent he picked was definitely meant to supercharge his casting speed. Honestly, Chu Yi's growth rate was totally monstrous. A brand new freshman, and he's already carried Zhang Churan straight to the Abyss tier summit. Wang just chuckled. That was exactly why he wanted to test the kid further. You caught that, right? He rigged their difficulty. Back inside, thanks to flawless teamwork, Chu Yi's squad was completely obliterating the massive, overwhelming goblin horde. With enemies swarming her, Zhang Churan let out a cold snort and fired up her signature technique, Phantom Slash. She unleashed a brutal flurry of high-speed strikes, effortlessly shredding the vanguard. The others weren't slacking off either, firing off their own epic abilities. Song ripped a talisman, raining down the epic 5 Thunder Judgment straight into the monster pack. Tong Lingxi unleashed her wind magic, Gale Tornado. It created this massive vortex that completely ripped through the monster horde. Then she yelled, Taishan, hit them with the final blow. Got it. Wei Tin replied curtly. Leaping high into the sky, she came crashing down with a brutal series of aerial assault kicks. By the time she finally landed, the entire monster mob was completely wiped out. Benefiting from that insane buff, crushing those goblins felt totally effortless to her. That was awesome. So refreshing. Still itching for more action, Wei Yin smiled and shot Tang Lingxi an excited, inquiring look. Wait, does that mean we're already done with the goblins? Tang Lingxi nodded. Yeah, Xiao Bi told me there aren't any left nearby. Joy just laughed and casually reminded them. This was only the warm-up. The upcoming boss fight is the real main event. Don't let your guard down. But Weita just cracked her knuckles, face totally full of confidence. What is there to fear? Bro, your buff literally doubled my damage output. With you backing me up, isn't clearing this entire dungeon just a total piece of cake? Xiaolan cheerfully chimed in. That's right. Honestly, Zhao Yi could probably clear this entire dungeon all by himself blindfolded. Tang Lingxi nodded in agreement. The captain's sheer strength is truly impressive. Hearing this, Zhou Yi rubbed his temples, feeling a massive headache coming on. Are you guys trying to set impossibly high expectations for me? The hype was getting way too real. So what do you and I make of this? A team hyping you up this much is just begging for trouble. Yung Chu Ran just brushed it off, covering a quick giggle as she stood aside. A few moments later, our squad finally pulled up to massive doors. The final boss is behind this, right? Yi Shin asked. Zhou Yi nodded. That's right, but as they stepped up, something felt completely off. Trust me, you and I are about to witness absolute madness behind these doors. Zhou Yi pushed the heavy doors wide open, and the second they walked inside, a colossal boss materialized right in front of them, instantly talking trash. You fools, finally made it. The monster sneered. A level 25, second-generation Goblin King. Epic grade. Skills? Completely unknown. This beast was the new ruler who snatched the throne right after the old king died. Tangling Shade totally froze. A level 25 epic boss? Knowing I had VIPs coming, I prepared some special gifts. The monster mocked. Laughing like an absolute maniac, the boss hoisted its weapon high into the air and summoned a giant fireball, blasting it straight at Tangling Shay. A basic fireball spell? How is it this strong? She stammered. Panic totally locked her down. She couldn't even move, just staring blankly as the blazing inferno rushed right at her face. Get out of the way, Wei Tin screamed, sprinting forward and violently shoving her back. She instantly threw up a defensive shield, but it was a total joke. Barely a single second passed before massive cracks spider-webbed across it. It's no use. I can't hold it. Just as Wei Tin yelled that, the barrier exploded. Now she was completely exposed to a point-blank fireball. Gritting her teeth, she panicked. Even with the captain's buff doubling my overall stats, I literally can't block one basic attack from this monster. The king let out a sickening laugh. Stop struggling. This room is the graveyard I personally built for you all. Now burn. And he didn't hold back. He started spamming fireballs like crazy, raining absolute hellfire down on the entire squad. One lethal hit was bad enough. Now it's a barrage. But watch closely, this is where you and I see a true captain shine. Zhou Yi wasn't about to let his team die today. Everyone, fall back right now, he ordered. He jumped to the front line, unleashing his frost aura to summon a colossal ice wall, way thicker than Wei Tin's shield, catching the blazing barrage head-on. Captain, watch out. Those aren't normal fireballs. But the second she screamed that warning, the ice wall totally absorbed the flames. The massive blasts literally shrank down to the size of ping-pong balls. Absorb, Zhou Yi whispered. He casually caught a tiny flame in his hand, crushing it into nothingness. All right, this guy is seriously tough. His raw power is miles above the last boss we fought. Hearing that, Song Xiaolan boldly stepped up. Then let me take the opening shot. She flashed a quick hand seal, launching an absolute swarm of glowing talismans at the king. Heaven's mandate. Guide my path. Spirit talismans. Unleash. Explode. The moment she yelled that, the talismans went off like a bomb, completely swallowing the boss in a raging, massive inferno. But a second later, the beast just casually inhaled the fire. He crushed the leftover talismans like paper. 0 damage taken. Song Xiaolan's jaw practically hit the floor in pure shock. How did that do absolutely nothing? She gasped. Tangling Shay stepped forward, her face turning dead serious. Let me try my magic, she said, instantly sparking her own fire aura to life. Summoning a longbow, she unleashed a rapid-fire barrage of flaming arrows. Let him choke on this. Zhang Churan screamed, firing off her own skill. Demon's Edge. Several lethal sword waves ripped right toward the target. Both ultimate attacks slammed straight into the boss. Boom! A massive explosion sent a heavy shockwave ripping through the entire room. You and I both expected massive damage, right? Nope. Wrapped in purple energy. The boss grinned. How interesting. But this is where it ends. He unhinged his jaw. A tiny purple orb sparked to life, rapidly sucking in all the dark energy around him until it grew massively. Finally, he fired the orb right at them. Zhuang Linhai lost all hope. The level gap is just too insane. We literally can't beat this thing. Right when panic peaked, Chu Yi casually walked to the front. Calm down. You still have me. Boom. A brilliant golden shield flared up, tanking the blast perfectly. With just a wave of his hand, the boss's ultimate was completely shut down. Vaith Yet Tam spoke up. Brother Yi, let me try a melee strike. Chu Yi just smiled, clapping a hand on his shoulder. A level 25 epic boss is way out of your league right now. Stand back. I'll handle this. Instantly, Chu Yi locked onto the king with his Eye of Light skill. It reveals hidden weaknesses. So what do you and I take from this? The boss is one level higher, but his stats are literally doubled. If I trigger my S-rank Bloodline secret art, stick with me, you and I are about to witness an epic flex. Since this test is targeting him, it was obviously set up by director Engo. If that is how they want to play, he will show everyone his true seraphim strength. Boom. Chu Yi instantly transforms into a seraph, holy light blazing in his left hand, an absolute freezing frost power erupting from his right. Outside the dungeon, Too Many looks super anxious, asking the director, isn't this boss difficulty way too extreme? Is this torture really necessary? Director Gang explains. Sure, their current power is impressive, but rival schools hide some absolutely insane talents too. In the upcoming exchange tournament, geniuses from Mado and Thonkin universities will be ruthless. He needs to crush them with a defeat so they understand how brutal this competition gets. Tumini whispers in shock, a defeat? Then she actually chuckles. Director, you are seriously underestimating Chu Yi right now. Gang just smiles. He actually hopes Chu Yi proves him wrong. Back inside, the boss stares at transformed Chu Yi, completely amused. A glowing little bird? How interesting. Show me what you got, the boss taunts. Chu Yi does not hesitate, blasting him with a massive radiant impact. The monster snaps back, big words for a little brat. You need to learn your place as a challenger. Then, the boss counters with a devastating apocalyptic meteor. Boom. The skills collide, triggering a massive energy explosion. Kwang So Yen slams her sword into the ground, burning her own mana to throw up a protective barrier. Tong Halin gasps. You and I are finally seeing his real power. It suddenly hits her. Her team's power level is not even in the same universe as Chu Yi's. She whips around to Kwang So Yen. Has Chu Yi ever unleashed this crazy form before? Kwang So Yen just smiles. First time for her too. It looks like brother Chu Yi is finally going completely all out. Smoke clears. Both fighters are completely unharmed. The boss just grins. Is that really all you have? Brat? No matter what flashy form you use, you still cannot defeat me. Chu Yi just murmurs a word. Chains of holy light shoot forward, wrapping tightly around the boss's limbs. The monster panics. What is this? While the beast is stunned, Chu Yi unleashes Spear of Victory. Glowing weapons rain down from the sky. Time to turn the tables. Chu Yi instantly follows up with Radiant Flamestorm, trapping the boss inside a fiery vortex. This wasn't just one strike. You saw that too, right? His insane combo chain just dealt absolutely massive damage. The beast roars in agony. Chu Yi just smirks. Do not worry. I have more. He dashes in, shoving his hand right into the screaming mouth. Thunderlight beam. The blinding light fades. The boss reappears, dripping pitch-black blood from its jaws, barely managing to speak in a weakened gasp. Seems you still have not used your full power. Sorry, I could not give you a better fight. Chu Yi chuckles. Yeah, it is a bit of a shame. He was really hoping to test out his hand of God in the six-winged angel form. Guess he has to save that for later. But since you are still breathing, allow me to finally send you on your way. Chu Yi points two fingers, condenses his energy, and fires. Meanwhile, outside the dungeon, Director Wu Mang is absolutely sweating in fear. What a total monster. He meticulously designed this boss to be a brutal challenge, even for a level 26 player. Chu Yi's current strength is completely terrifying. Director Wu Mang turns to Su Meier, asking if she has his usual combat data from the training grounds. Su Meier just smiles warmly. I absolutely do. As it happens, Chu Yi did a quick test run on the training grounds right before showing up here today. He easily cleared the level 10 combat simulation in just 6 minutes and 12 seconds. Hearing this, Wu Mang chuckles. No wonder you two had so much confidence in him. She smiles right back. Well, it is perfect timing that Chu Yi could prove his insane strength right in front of your eyes. Back inside the dungeon, the second the boss takes Chu Yi's final move and completely vanishes into thin air, a system panel pops up. Congratulations on clearing the Abyss level dungeon. Clear time, 21 minutes and 16 seconds. Right below that, the crazy clearance rewards start rolling in. Instantly, a bright level-up glow wraps around Tongling Shi. She is completely stunned, gasping, "Wait, I got 8,000 experience points?" Wei Tito looks just as shocked. He got 8,000 points too. One run in this Abyss level dungeon seriously gives more rewards than a whole week of grinding outside. As for Chu Yi, he already dropped his overpowered transformation. Back in normal form, his personal panel appears. Congratulations, you have earned 11,236 experience points, 10 free attribute, and 10 skill points. So what do you and I make of this? Chu Yi is unstoppable. Stick with me, you and I are about to see him level up again. Just then, Zheng Churan runs over, looking totally worried. "Brother Chu Yi, talk to me. You aren't hurt, right?" Chu Yi just stands up, brushing himself off. "I'm all good. Just totally drained. Let us go check out what insane loot this boss actually dropped." No hesitation, the squad rushes over to the boss's remains. Boom. A shining gold chest is just sitting right there. They pop it open, and wow, gold grade. Staff of Flames, requiring level 24. Another gold weapon. Fire Spirit Shield, level 24 gear. Gold Ring of the Flame Demon. Wei Tot absolutely screams with pure hype. This loot is totally insane, right? Pure gold grade drops. "Brother Yi, you triggered an absolute jackpot." Chu Yi just laughs it off. "Guess our drop rates are pretty stacked today. Do any of you guys need these 3 gold items?" The team speaks up. Wei Titam says the level requirement is just way too high. "I can't equip it." Tong Ling Zi adds that fire stats clash with her build. Passing 2. Jang Chiron steps up. "This gear ignores my class, and Halan's too." Sei Halan insists. "Chu Yi, you carried this whole raid. You should keep everything." Chu Yi does not argue. Grabbing the loot, he smiles. "Well, that is a shame. I will hold this gear for now. Once back, I will auction it for school credits. Then I will split the profit evenly and send your shares." Wei Titam shuts that down fast. "No way, bro. You deserve 70% minimum. We would be totally crushed without you." Song Halan adds shyly. "Exactly. You were the main reason we actually beat that boss. I know what you are thinking, he is too nice, right?" But Chu Yi smiles. An even split means nobody struggles with school credits anymore. Jang Chiron stands there, flashing a huge grin as well. "Just take the deal, guys." Honestly, Brother Chu Yi is the absolute last guy worrying about his academic credits. Hearing that logic, the squad stops fighting it. They gladly take the massive payout. "All right, it is settled then, with the insane loot sorted." Chu Yi smiles. "Do not forget, our goal is not just winning this entire tournament. We have to defend our academy's honor too." Tam nods hard. "Brother Yi, I will not fail you. I will train twice as hard." Song Halan speaks up. "I will give it my all." "Captain, me too." Chu Yi nods, totally hyped. "Perfect. This crazy drive is exactly how we win. I know for a fact our squad is gonna absolutely dominate this exchange tournament." Stepping straight out of the dungeon, the crew gets hit with massive applause from Dean Wu Muang. "Massive congrats on clearing that custom Abyss tier dungeon. Dean Wu and Miss Su just keep hyping them up. You guys absolutely crushed my expectations. And Chu Yi, you were on a whole different level. You totally blew my mind." Chu Yi just scratches his head, smiling. "I only did my job." Wu Muang then looks right at Chu Yi. "So, about snagging first place? Thoughts?" Chu Yi tightens his fist. "First place? We are absolutely claiming that crown." "Perfect. You need that exact killer confidence to win." Miss Su chimes in. "Since Chu Yi plays support and attack, let's run 2 strats. Phase 1. Chu Yi acts like a pure support to completely hide his god-tier power. Now, pay attention here. When the moment is right, he unleashes everything and totally destroys them. Running that play practically guarantees us the tournament championship trophy." Dean Wu Mong grins. Totally agreeing. Brilliant move. Let us show those old veterans exactly what a monster Chu Yi truly is today. Miss Su nods. But their synergy is still sloppy. They need serious grinding to fix that. No arguments here. Tomorrow, we start a brutal bootcamp fixing those exact flaws. All right, class dismissed. Go home and recover. But heads up, to keep this bootcamp spicy, we prepared some brutal penalties. Chu Yi immediately sweats. Penalties? Come on, sir. Can you drop a tiny hint? Spoilers ruin the fun. We have VIP business to handle, so we are out. Boom, they vanish. Miss Su, Chu Yi yells out, but she completely ignores him, walking away like an absolute boss, gone in literal seconds. Whatever. Chu Yi turns back to his hyped-up squad. All right, guys, let us all train hard and dominate this exchange tournament. Yeah, the team roars. Time flies, and that is where we leave it. Later on, outside the gates, some random guy cries about nightmare mode being absolutely impossible. A random player sighed. Tell me about it. I tried twice and still got absolutely crushed. Stick with me here, because you and I are about to see this impossible abyss mode get totally wrecked. Right as he complained, they overheard a crazy question. Lingzi, do you think we can speedrun this abyss mode dungeon in under 10 minutes? Both players jumped, snapping their heads around. A squad of 5 walked right past them, completely relaxed and just laughing. The one talking big was the black-haired girl in the squad. This was Chu Yi's party, stepping up to challenge the dungeon. Hearing Wei Tizhen's question, Tong Lingxi just smiled. We have been training forever. Plus, with our captain's insane buffs, 10 minutes will be an absolute breeze. Wei Tizhen nodded. Fair point. Plus, Dean Wu gave me some killer advice just yesterday. Tong Lingxi let out a chuckle. Well then, I am super excited to see what you pull off today. After Chu Yi's squad walked in, the first player freaked out, treating abyss mode like a speedrun. Who the heck are they? The second guy answered. That is the team representing our academy in this year's National Freshman Exchange Tournament. The first player gasped. Freshman? I thought our absolute strongest main team player was only level 19. Their weakest is level 20. That is unreal. And the guy who just spoke looked like an absolute beast. The second guy pointed at the ranking board with pure respect. He is not just strong. Take a look. That is Yi, the monster holding the #1 clear record. Another player overheard this, glancing up at the glowing leaderboard in total shock. He instantly yelled, Chu Yi? So he is the legend that even the top Earth rankers cannot beat. Exactly 7 minutes later, deep inside the dungeon. Die, you pathetic little insects. Now pay attention, because things get wild. The boss unleashed a world-ending inferno, but Wei Tizhen just laughed excitedly. You finally used your ultimate move? Now, shatter. She screamed, her hands exploding with bright red energy as she charged straight ahead, smashing the fiery attack into pure dust. She smirked to herself. Thanks to the Dean's brutal training, I am easily strong enough to block your garbage now. Suddenly, the massive boss's voice boomed out. The weak, stay weak. Do not think a tiny bit of progress lets you act arrogant around me. Wei Tizhen froze in panic, turning her head to see a giant fist inches from her face. Fall back. Chu Yi commanded, leaping right in front of her and punching the monster's fist head-on. In an absolute flash, the monster's entire arm twisted into shreds, making it scream in pure agony. Chu Yi turned back with a cool smile. You did an awesome job blocking that first attack all on your own. Now let's team up and finish this guy. Tong Lingxi chimed in with a warm smile. Take a breather, leave the rest to us. The boss roared in blind fury, threatening to kill them all. But before it could even twitch, shining golden chains locked it down tightly. A massive surge of brutal lightning ripped right through the chains, making the beast scream all over again. I know what you are thinking, game over, right? Chu Yi grabbed the chain, laughing. Feeling it now? Do not worry, scream all you want, but we are not letting you go. Song Haran stepped up next. She nodded. That is right. Her face went dead serious as she flashed hand seals. Heaven and Earth sealing formation activate. An absolute flood of glowing talismans flew out, plastering the boss entirely. Then, Tong Lingxi joined in. Why don't you taste this killer move? Gu taught me this one. Lightning magic, thunder's descent. From high up, a giant pillar of lightning slammed straight down on the monster. Finally, Zhang Qiran took her turn. She rushed right in, screaming for one final blow. With that, she unleashed a devastating slash, sending the monster's huge head flying into the air as the system chimed. Congratulations on crushing the abyss-level dungeon. The clear time was 8 minutes and 36 seconds. Epic rewards dropped instantly. Just a moment later, Chu Yi's squad stepped out of the dungeon, where Dean Wu marched over to praise them. Not bad at all. You beat the 9-minute mark. Even I cannot find a single flaw in your run today. Chu Yi blinked in surprise. Dean Wu? What are you doing here? Dean Wu's face turned completely serious. I came to drop some major news. The big exchange tournament date is locked in. It is 1 week from today. Tomorrow, I am taking your entire squad to the venue at Thongqing University. Hearing this, Song Haran cheered loudly. That is epic. The tournament is finally kicking off. Zhang Qiran clenched her fists, practically vibrating with excitement. We trained insanely hard for so long, all just for this exact moment. Wei Tizhen smiled too. After all that grinding, we finally get a real match. Tong Lingxi, however, asked a curious question. Dongqin University? Trust me, we are in for a wild ride. Stick with me here. You and I are about to witness one epic tournament. Chu Yi cracked his knuckles, grinning wide. He was completely sick of just fighting dungeon bosses anyway. Finally, a real chance to crush top-tier prodigies from rival schools. The very next day, Teacher Wu arrived to escort Chu Yi's squad straight to the main event. But before heading out, he dropped a quick warning. For their own safety, they would use the school's private teleportation array. It would shoot them directly to the exchange tournament over at Dongqin University. Principal Wang Hui and the top deans were already waiting at the portal. After a quick greeting, the principal faced the students. As their absolute best freshmen, the school's entire reputation rested on their shoulders. They had held the champion title for 4 years straight. He expected them to bring home that 5th consecutive trophy. Without missing a beat, Chu Yi's squad yelled "Yes, sir" in total unison. Satisfied, Principal Wang signaled Dean Ju to fire up the teleportation array. And boom! In literally the blink of an eye, Chu Yi's crew, plus their teachers, touched down perfectly at Dongqin University. Chu Yi was honestly blown away. They were already at Dongqin? That was insanely fast. Weren't the two schools supposed to be over 2 million kilometers apart? Teacher Sumer just smiled, giving all the credit to Dean Ju's massive spellcasting. Without him, they would have been stuck on a train for days. Only a true third advancement mage could actually pull off an ultra-long-distance warp like that. Suddenly, a loud voice welcomed the Suhang University crew to Dongqin. The man yelled out that it was a massive honor to host them all. Teacher Wu stepped up happily, warmly shaking hands with Chang Yong-chun, an absolute beast of a third advancement mechanist. Chang insisted on personally escorting his old friends right to their dorm. He smiled warmly, then immediately scanned Chu Yi's group. He had to admit, this new batch of kids looked seriously impressive. He'd already heard rumors about a few freshmen with absolutely terrifying power levels. He promised they'd meet on the battlefield. After the friendly catch-up, Teacher Wu turned back to brief his students. The official opening ceremony for the tournament was exactly 10 days away. All the brutal matches would kick off right after. After a full month of hellish training, the team was basically running on fumes. So, no more crazy workouts for the next few days. They could actually relax. But Dongqin was swarming with random visitors right now. Watch closely. We both know alien spies might have infiltrated the city. At massive events like this, demonic enemies almost always try to assassinate humanity's top geniuses. It literally happens every single year. With that warning, he dismissed them. They were free to explore the city for a few days, but they had to stay on high alert. Business handled. A service robot escorted Chu Yi's squad to their private rooms to finally crash. The robot officially welcomed them to the Dongqin University residential block. It offered 24/7 assistance if they needed anything at all. Chu Yi declined, but he had to admit this high-tech service was pretty awesome. Chu Yi stood by the window, staring out at the massive city before finally pulling up his system panel. He dumped all his stockpiled experience points, smoothly breaking through right to level 23. That scored him 20 free attribute points and 20 skill points. He let out a heavy sigh, still miles away from level 24. Most of his skills were still stuck at C or B rank, even after hitting his second advancement. The base skills of a holy knight. To learn the good stuff, he needed to be at least B+ rank, maybe even snag an ultra-rare A+ rank skill. The Iron Vanguard and Light Auras could massively boost his allies' stats, while his Dark Aura was designed to deal absolutely devastating damage to any enemy. Reaching the third advancement? Yeah, that was still a long way off. Whatever, he needed to focus on crushing this current system achievement first. One long week later, the 157th National Freshman Tournament of the Zongsha Nation finally kicked off. And you and I saw this coming. The very first match was Suhang versus Ryang University. The absolute hype and electric energy inside that arena literally made Chu Yi gasp. Now, it made total sense why everyone killed to compete in this national tournament. An epic scale like this was just breathtaking. Zhang Qiran smirked beside him, and get this, it was only the opening round. By the time they reached the final showdown, this insane crowd would easily double in size. While Chu Yi's squad soaked up the hype, their opponents from Ryang University looked totally miserable. Drawing Suhang, round 1, absolutely brutal luck. There was literally nothing they could do. They were just destined to be cannon fodder for the champions. Suhang took the crown last year. So, yeah, what do you and I take from this? Anyone facing them is completely doomed. All right, you and I are about to watch an epic tournament clash. The brown-haired guy just scoffed, boasting about being top 30 last year. He figured they could put up a fight. Up in the stands, the crowd was already going completely wild. People noticed the holy knight in back was level 23. At that level, he could absolutely crush any other freshman here. Good thing he plays support, right? If that guy was dealing damage, the other team would be in for an absolute nightmare. Ryang University was basically doomed. Now, everyone just wondered how many secret weapons they could force the Su Hang team to actually reveal. Down on the arena floor, that brown-haired captain finally noticed Chu Yi's crazy level. The guy was literally shaking in his boots, but kept up a brave face. Sure, Su Hang has skill, but in the arena, level isn't everything. Both teams locked into position. The battlefield instantly materialized around them as they threw up their heavy defensive barriers. The robotic announcer kicked off the countdown. The exact second that 3-second timer hit 0, the Ryang students almost charged in for a crazy first strike, but their captain held them back. He wanted to play it safe. Focus on pure defense first, and see what they were dealing with. Here's the part you're going to want to watch closely. The enemy Holy Knight casually waved his hand, and a massive light instantly engulfed the Su Hang team. In a flash, every single one of their stats completely skyrocketed. The crowd went dead silent. He dropped multiple massive buffs in literally seconds. Insane, right? Holy Knight Chu Yi truly deserved that captain title. Even Chang Yongsun was completely blown away. Old Wu, he muttered, this Holy Knight captain of yours, Chu Yi, is an absolute monster. If he keeps this pace, your whole team stats will jump by 50%. Wu Meng just smiled proudly. The Holy Knight is a rare hidden class. Its biggest advantage? Dropping massive area of effect buffs across the entire battlefield. And in a tight team fight like this, the power is absolutely overwhelming. Chang Yongshun went completely silent, thinking, thank goodness his own team had some secret weapons, because fighting Chu Yi alone would be pure torture. Now, let's see how Ryang University handles this crazy pressure. Unfortunately for them, Chu Yi's squad didn't even look like normal students anymore. They looked like a terrifying squad of Grim Reapers. One guy was shaking so hard his weapon hit the floor. Captain, what do we even do? The captain's face went totally pale, but he forced out a response. I think I can block this. I know what you're thinking, but Chu Yi just smirked. The enemy was nothing special. So, time to roll with the absolute simplest battle plan. Everyone, charge in. Let's wipe them out in one massive hit. Zhang Churan and Song Xiulan completely agreed. Understood. The second that order dropped, an excited Tongling Shi summoned a massive, raging storm of deadly fireballs. Let me take the first hit, Captain. Instantly, she unleashed an insane volley of countless fire arrows, blasting straight at the Ryang team. Fire magic arrow volley. The assault forced the Ryang guys to grit their teeth and pop a guardian light shield. Holding the barrier, their captain screamed, "We blocked it. That's all they've got." But suddenly, a teammate behind him went totally pale. Captain, there is another attack coming. Charging in was Wang Tekken. Eyes like sharp daggers, Void Breaker Fist. Her brutal punch shattered their shield like glass. And before they could even react, Zhang Churan dropped from above, raining down sword strikes. The demon's ring hit, followed by blasting lightning, creating one massive explosion. That relentless assault instantly wiped out every single student from Vinh Duong University. With zero strength left to fight back, the system finally announced the end. The clear winner? Su Hang University. The system floated up. Thank you both for such an epic, spectacular battle. Please hold on. The next fight starts shortly. The second it ended, Zhang Churan immediately started complaining. My opponent is just a warrior, but I'm match 27. I have to wait around forever. Song Xiulan sighed right next to her. I've got it worse. I'm number 45. When will it finally be my turn? Hearing that, Chu Yi chimed in super hyped. I'm match 6 against a swordsman. Guess my luck is actually pretty solid. That means I'm up in group 2. The girls could only glare at him with pure envy. The crowd started whispering. Chu Yi didn't even lift a finger in that last match. I really want to see what he's made of. Can a support Holy Knight actually survive the brutal individual tournament? You and I both know he's hiding his real power. He's the captain, after all. Soon enough, Chu Yi's match was up. The whole crowd instantly exploded, screaming his name over and over. All right, you and I are about to watch an absolute beatdown. The system announces the 9th match of the solo tournament. It is Chu Yi from Su Hang University taking on Liu Chang from Chuan University. Fighters, get ready. This showdown is starting now. Our MC's opponent? Liu Qiang, a level 18 swordsman who thinks he is the absolute boss. Liu Chang sneers with total disgust. He figures Zhou is just a weak support class, thinking he just scored the easiest win ever. Getting a free victory right from the start? Liu's fan club in the stands starts hyping him up like crazy. They whisper that Liu is fighting the Su Hong captain. Sounds like a tough fight on paper, right? Well, not exactly. A holy knight is just a healer, right? Liu is totally gonna one-shot him. The system flashes the final countdown sequence. 3, 2, 1, start. The second the bell rings, Liu Qiang instantly raises his blade and launches the first strike. He arrogantly barks that if Zhou gives up right now, he might actually let him walk away with some pride intact. Zhou just laughs it off completely. Surrender? He casually tells Liu to see if he can survive even a single punch before he keeps running that loud mouth of his. Furious, Liu swings his heavy sword downward, roaring at the punk for daring to act so arrogant right to his face. He unleashes the Raging Bull's fire wave, but Zhou effortlessly dodges every single lightning-fast sword strike. That insane speed actually startles Liu. So fast. But he quickly recovers with an evil sneer, claiming the match ends right here. Now watch closely, because this is where it gets wild. Suddenly, thick ice completely freezes Liu Qiang's feet solid. By the time he looks up, Zhou is already charging forward, fist fully raised. Panicking, Liu curses under his breath. Damn it. How dare this guy use such pathetic, cheap tricks against him. Desperate, Liu blasts a blazing fire spell to shatter the solid ice that was trapping his legs in place. He furiously lunges forward, slashing his sword and screaming about pathetic tricks. But then, total shock. Zhou blocks the glowing blade, completely barehanded. That crazy defense leaves Liu absolutely paralyzed with fear. He blocked it. A split second later, Zhou buries a devastating punch straight into his gut. He screams in pure disbelief. Impossible. The sheer raw force instantly launches Liu Qiang flying dozens of meters backward. The crowd down below erupts into total panic. Wait. What the heck just happened? Their captain just got swatted like a fly. Nobody could even track Zhou's attack. It was just way too fast. Their instructor sighs heavily. The opponent is the Su Hong captain, after all. Liu Qiang made the fatal mistake of underestimating him. Even as a support class, his real fighting power is absolutely terrifying. As the heavy dust slowly clears, Liu is finally revealed. Face totally covered in blood, body completely knocked out cold. The system drone quickly scans him and announces that Liu cannot continue fighting. The arena system instantly declares the undisputed winner is Chu Yi. Zhou lowers his smoking fist and scoffs. Way too weak. The guy could not even handle a single basic C-rank punch. Hearing that savage flex, the entire stadium absolutely loses its mind. What a godlike strike. He literally insta-killed his rival. Just unbelievable. You and I know the truth. That was not even his full power. Meanwhile, Professor Chu Yi from Qingjing University gasps in shock. It has only been a few short months since she scouted in Lijiang. Zhou's power level has skyrocketed way too fast. Beside her, Dean Chang smirks, realizing that this absolute monster was incredibly close to enrolling as one of their own top-tier students. Chu Yi nods with heavy regret. That is right. If she had realized his insane potential earlier, she would have fought tooth and nail to recruit a genius top scorer like him. Huge sigh. With Zhou on their roster, they would absolutely dominate this whole tournament. Nearby, a level 19 archer named Halen watches Zhou with intense interest. He definitely looks like that special overpowered guy Little Ran was gossiping about. His real battle skills are genuinely terrifying. How is this guy a master at support, close quarters, combat, and high-tier magic? Nearby, a level 18 priest named Zhou Xiao starts sweating anxiously. The insane speed of his freezing magic, it just makes absolutely zero sense. Not even the elite ice mages in her own clan cast that fast. Suddenly, her mystic bracelet glows brightly. Xiao freezes, eyes wide with shock. Wait a minute, the clan's sacred treasure is reacting. Could this guy actually be an awakener of the legendary glacial bloodline? Noticing Xiao trembling in absolute silence, Xiaolun quickly turns and asks her what the heck is wrong. Startled, Xiao tightly grips her glowing bracelet. I am fine. Panicking, she immediately scrambles for any quick excuse to escape the arena. Sister Lan, an emergency just came up. I gotta go. Her totally suspicious behavior leaves Xiao Lan completely confused and staring blankly. Okay then. Xiao instantly sprints to a dark, secluded corner and dials Zhou Hang. The second it rings, he picks up the line. He answers confused. Xiao, isn't your big tournament happening right now? Why are you calling your old man right now? And on the secure company phone? Seriously? Hearing his voice, she drops the bomb. Dad, I found a glacial bloodline awakener. And get this, his last name is Zhou. Trust me, we are just getting started here. Let's dive right into the madness. Hearing Chu Yi's glacial bloodline purity is over 70%, Zhou Heng completely froze. He gasped in pure shock. Are you absolutely sure? That high of a purity level? Zhou Xiao nodded. I am 80% sure. But to lock it in, I need to scan him at point-blank range. Zhou Heng took a deep breath. Pushing up his glasses, he ordered, all right. Find a way to get me right next to Chu Yi. While you do that, I will run full background checks. We need to know if this kid is actually part of our Zhou clan. Call dropped. Zhou Heng bolted to his feet, staring out the window, literally vibrating with excitement. A glacial bloodline. If this is legit, maybe our Longland faction can actually be saved. Meanwhile, at the arena, the right side of the crowd is absolutely roaring Chu Yi. Chu Yi, but the left side, screaming just as hard for Lion. Lian's classmate just laughed and patted him, saying, Brother Shin, do not hold back out there. Lian flashed a totally wicked smirk. Relax. My only fear is that punk Chu Yi will not make me use my full power. But Wei He chimed in right away, warning him, Xiaowin, careful. Chu Yi's strength is no joke. Even I feel an insanely dangerous aura off him. Instantly, Lian's expression turned dead serious. Got it, brother. And with that, Lian immediately activated his skills. His classmate stepped back, totally amazed. As expected of Brother Shin, this aura is absolutely unreal. Wearing level 18 Gale armor, I bet Chu Yi will not even touch a single hair on him. Qiong immediately agreed. Oh, exactly. Now watch closely. Here is where it gets crazy. They are mocking Chu Yi, but as the match starts, the entire arena absolutely explodes with non-stop, deafening hype. Chu Yi is the absolute strongest. Let's go Chu Yi. Madu University versus Li Xin. The crowd is just going wild. Right then, Zhou Heng showed up, panting heavily. Glad I made it in time. Zhao Donger looked around, totally impressed. This arena rivals our clan's training grounds. Suddenly, Zhou Xiao popped up right behind them. Donger spotted her instantly, spinning around with a huge smile to call her sister. She bolted over, hugging Zhou Xiao tight. Hugging back, Xiao asked in confusion, Dad? Donger? Why are you two here? Zhou Heng replied super calmly. What else? We are investigating Chu Yi. He is highly likely from our main lineage that got scattered during the Dark Age. The clan leader heard someone awaken the legendary glacial bloodline. So, he ordered me down here to verify it with my own eyes. Plus, it is the perfect chance for your little sister to watch Suzhou's absolute #1 freshman in action. Donger instantly pouted. What is so epic about some basic support class Holy Knight? It is not like I can learn anything from him. Zhou Xiao sternly shut that down. Donger, drop the attitude. Who cares if he is a Holy Knight? You and I both know the stakes here. If his purity breaks 70%, he easily qualifies for our clan's legendary hidden classes. Donger's eyes lit up. Wait, sis. The highest bloodline purity in our entire main branch's youth is only 40%. Is his 70% really that godlike? Zhou Heng immediately snapped, scolding her. Donger, I warned you before we even left. You need to show Chu Yi some serious respect. By clan hierarchy, he is technically your older brother. Donger just huffed, totally annoyed. Whatever. Even if he is family, if he wants to be my senior, he better prove he is actually strong enough in this fight. Zhou Xiao quickly played peacekeeper. Okay, Dad is here now. We will test his bloodline purity and finally get the truth. For now, let's just watch his match. Donger reluctantly agreed, backing down. Right on cue, the system announced the battle. Chu Yi from Suhong University, facing Li Xin from Shanghai. The third round of singles is kicking off. Give it up for our two epic contestants. Lai from Modu versus Chu Yi from Suhong. Lai stepped up in full heavy armor, oozing pure confidence. Honestly, I plan to wear light gear and finish you off in seconds flat. But my captain warned me you are tough. Time to get serious. Chu Yi just smiled completely unfazed. Oh really? Good luck. Chu Yi scanned Li Xin for a second, analyzing. Wow, he actually gauged my true strength? Seems that Modu University captain is definitely not someone to mess with. But staring at Lian, Chu Yi muttered. Level 18? This guy is a solid 5 levels below me. If I use even one single punishment of light attack, he will literally pass out on the spot. The level 18 fighter stood ready, fully locked in. But the second he met Chu Yi's cold gaze, he violently flinched. This fight gives Chu Yi a headache. Trust me, you and I definitely need to see tomorrow's team match against Qingjing University. All right, stick with me here. Our boy has to hold back his insane power, so close quarters combat is his only option right now. Holding back is seriously getting on his nerves. Seeing both fighters ready, the system finally rings out. Contestants, Please prepare for battle. The match officially begins in 3, 2, 1, start. The second it kicks off, Chu Yi casts Blessing of Protection, blasting a massive pillar of blinding light. The glare hits Lian right in the face, making him shield his eyes. But Chu Yi's casual stance just ticks him off even more. You have got some flash, but it is all for show. With a scoff, Lian charges straight at Chu Yi like a madman. He arrogantly throws a vicious low kick, but Chu Yi blocks it without even breaking a sweat. Is that seriously all you have got? Chu Yi instantly counters with a glowing, heavy elbow strike. The massive blow forces Lian to throw up his armor. He grits his teeth in pure agony. Why does his heavy gear feel completely useless right now? That pathetic block does not last a second before Chu Yi sends Lian flying. Lian's body slams right into the arena wall. You and I are watching a pure fighter get totally crushed by a support class. Spectators are losing their minds. Nobody has ever seen anything like this. How in the world did Chu Yi actually injure him? Lian awakened the A-rank talent Iron Bones. His raw defense should be leagues above a simple Holy Knight's. Bruised and battered, Lian staggers up and yells, "Are you absolutely sure you are not from some elite martial arts clan? There is no way your combat skills are this much better than mine." Chu Yi just casually shakes out his arm. "Nah, I am just a little bit tougher than your average guy." With that, he unleashes an absolutely brutal barrage of holy fist punches. Lian grits his teeth, desperately throwing up his guard. He curses under his breath. This crazy offense is way too strong to escape. Chu Yi's relentless, punishing assault forces Lian further and further backward. Suddenly, Chu Yi's voice drops ice cold. Time to end this. Staring down that incoming strike, Lian panics. There is zero chance he can block this hit. Terrified out of his mind, Lian screams out, "Stop, Chu Yi, I surrender." Hearing that, Chu Yi instantly redirects his fist. But the sheer, explosive power of the shockwave still violently blasts Lian across the stage. He crashes to the floor, in total agony. Seeing Lian's shattered armor and wrecked body, the system declares, Chu Yi is the winner of this match. Congratulations on advancing. You have officially secured a top spot in the 4th round of the singles tournament. Chu Yi awkwardly scratches his neck, thinking to himself, "Man, holding back is honestly way harder than it looks. I stepped on stage and accidentally went a little too crazy on it." The entire stadium erupts into pure chaos. I know what you are thinking. Since when can a support class Holy Knight fight like an absolute demon? A Holy Knight just beat a fighter with his bare hands. Where's the logic in that? His close combat destructive power is genuinely terrifying. Chu Yi slowly walks over to Lian's battered body and chivalrously offers him a quick heal. Holy light. As two frantic medics rush over, Chu Yi steps back, openly taking the blame. My bad, he surrendered a bit too late. I could not pull my punch in time. Passing the nurse, he casually adds, I tossed a small heal on him. That should have stabilized his major injuries. I will leave the rest to you guys. The dazed nurse simply nods. Okay, but the second she looks down at Lian's trembling, mangled body, her jaw drops. She gasps out. His injuries are incredibly severe. Lian just groans weakly from the floor. Ah, everything hurts so much. The two panicked medics instantly start administering emergency first aid. Examining his brutal wounds, the nurse shakes her head. It will take at least 2 or 3 days to heal this. How did a Holy Knight cause this much explosive damage? Up in the stands, Chu Xiao smirks proudly. See? I told you guys so. Chu Yi's strength is completely unreal, crushing any genius his age. Watching closely, Chu Heng replies with a dead serious look on his face. He sent a heavy armored opponent, flying with a single shockwave. That is actual, monster-level physical strength. Maybe our clan's ice bloodline can match him? It seems his hidden class upgrade came with some crazy elemental boost too. This overwhelming display leaves Donger completely speechless. She huffs, crossing her arms resentfully. Fine, I will admit it. He is super strong. Are you happy now? Her adorable pout makes Zhao Yi burst out laughing. Looks like Chu Yi's insane power finally won Donger over. Zhao Yi turns to Chu Xiao and says, I am going to need you to set up a private meeting between me and Chu Yi. Chu Xiao just gives a simple nod. Right then, the system suddenly announces Zhang Churan's upcoming match. The clash between Suhong University's fighter and Modu University's Zhang Feng is seriously heating up. The winner is about to be decided. Stick with me to the very end, because Zhao Yi already knows this next guy is pure trash compared to Lian. Stick with me here. Xiaowen should easily win this, exactly as predicted. Down in the arena, Zhang Feng is getting completely crushed. She realizes bitterly that Su-Hong University's fighters are insanely strong this year. She's totally at her limit, wondering how many more brutal hits she can survive. Meanwhile, Jang Kairon just keeps pushing forward, attacking relentlessly. She decides to end it fast. The raw energy gathering before her leaves Jang Fong, absolutely terrified. Eyes wide, she screams as Jang Kairon unleashes a massive wave of slashes, cutting right through her. Phantom slash. Completely overwhelmed, Jang Fong finally just collapses to the ground. The system chimes in. Jang Fong from Modu University is down and cannot continue. Jang Kairon advances to the 4th round. The crowd is left speechless, completely stunned by the insane power coming from Su-Hong University. Jang Fong from Modu University literally did not stand a single chance. Nobody expected Su-Hong University to hide another monster like Jang Kairon alongside the powerhouse Chu Yi. Tomorrow's team clash against Qingjing University is going to be absolute madness. Down below the stage, Chu Yi walks over to praise her. Great fight, Xian. That final attack was epic. But Jang Kairon just smiles modestly, claiming she only got lucky. Her opponent was just weak. Suddenly, Jang Kairon's tone turns completely playful. If I fought you, brother Chu Yi, I'd surrender immediately. Zhao Yi just awkwardly scratches his head, telling her she has to be kidding. How could I ever fight you? Suddenly, someone rushes up, urgently calling for student Chu Yi to wait. Joy turns around, completely confused. You looking for me? Catching her breath, Chu Xiaoyi quickly introduces herself. I am Chu Xiaoyi from the Tianlanzhou family. I came all this way because you awakened the legendary Frost Bloodline. With a Frost Bloodline that incredibly pure, you must belong to our Zhou clan. Hearing this massive reveal, Chu Yi mutters thoughtfully. Now, pay attention. Hearing those names, Jang Kairon steps up to quietly explain. Brother Chu Yi, I know the Zhou family. Just like my Jang family, they're an ancient clan. They have ruled Tanlin province as a major powerhouse for centuries. They have a massive history, and their raw strength is seriously nothing to joke about. Jang Kairon continues. But recently, rumors say that fewer and fewer members of the Zhou family are actually managing to awaken that Frost Bloodline. Since the Zhou family is desperate for awakened Frost Bloodlines, brother Chu Yi, you could easily score a massive amount of cultivation resources from them. Jang Kairon's blunt words make Chu Xiaobai blush hard, but she shyly admits that it's actually possible. But Chu Yi just coldly rejects her offer. No need. I don't require any resources, but you claim I am a Zhou clan member. Do you have any actual proof? Hearing this, Chu Xiaobai immediately pulls out an appraisal stone. As it turns out, her father is also here in the arena. He brought the bloodline appraisal stone with him. If you are truly family, this magic stone will completely resonate with you. Zhao Yi reaches out to touch the appraisal stone, casually agreeing to give it a quick try. The second he touches it, immense power erupts. Chu Xiaobai screams in absolute shock. His Frost Bloodline purity is over 90%, but Chu Yi smiles calmly, admitting he definitely feels a familiar connection with her through their blood. Can you believe this? Just by joining a simple exchange tournament, he discovered his true Frost Bloodline origins. With it verified, Chu Xiaoyi nervously asks, Brother Chu Yi, my father would love to meet you. Is that possible? Chu Yi readily agrees. He turns to Jang Kairon, telling Sean to head back first. He's going with her for a bit. Jang Kairon smiles and tells brother Chu Yi not to feel pressured. The Zhou family might rule Tianlan, but they're absolutely nothing compared to her Jang family. Chu Xiao instantly fires back, claiming their Zhou family is actually amazing. With that settled, Chu Xiao leads Chu Yi over. Stopping at the room, she mentions her father and little sister are already inside waiting. At that exact moment, Chu Yi absolutely couldn't help but scoff internally. When little Yun was critically ill at their absolute lowest, the Zhao family didn't lift a finger to help. So what do you and I make of this? Now that his bloodline awakened, they finally come knocking. Suddenly, the door swings open. Zhao Hang walks right in, saying they finally made it. Zhou Xiao greets him, walking right up to Chu Yi. The man introduces himself. Hello, young friend. I'm Zhou Hang. Chu Yi politely shakes his hand. Zhou Hang smiles warmly, saying he's long heard of his reputation. Seeing you in person now, you truly are extraordinary. Let's dive right into this. The necklace glows, and Zhou Hang loses it. A Frost Bloodline with this level of purity? Absolutely unreal. Realizing he is acting way too eager, he quickly coughs and plays it cool. Your old man and I actually share a common ancestor, and Xiaoyi over here, she is your distant cousin. Man, it is a real tragedy. Your dad passed away so early. Chu Yi stays entirely chill, but hey, that is ancient history. Zhou Hang pushes on, totally hyped. Listen, Zhou Yi, just come back to the main family branch. We need you to reclass into our hidden Frost class. The Zhao family will back you up with absolutely everything. We mean infinite resources. You will hit your third advancement instantly. Hearing this crazy offer, Zhou Yi raises an eyebrow. A hidden class? But I am already locked as a holy knight. Can I even swap classes now? Zhou Hang's eyes immediately light up again. Zero need to stress over that. We already secured a top-tier class change item. Plus, with your insanely pure Frost Bloodline, you are going to unlock the absolute true power of this hidden Frost class. Zhou Yi actually stops to think. The catch? His overpowered support system is already permanently bound to the Holy Knight class, and thanks to that Holy Light guidance, his leveling speed is already completely off the charts compared to any normal person. Now, pay attention here. To him, right now, the Zhou family's so-called hidden class is basically garbage. After mulling it over, Zhou Yi drops the question. So basically, if I refuse to change my class, I get absolutely zero support from the Zhou family. Is that the deal? Zhao Hang flinches a little. Well, yeah, exactly. But the second you reclass, our entire Zhao family library and endless elite skill books are totally yours. Massive resources, zero leveling stress. But Joy just shakes his head. Total rejection. Getting a ton of free resources sounds awesome, but honestly, hard pass. Hearing this straight-up refusal, Zhou Hang enters total panic mode, frantically throwing out more bribes. When you reclass, every single skill resets. We will refund all your points. Your stats will not drop at all. Join the main branch, and I swear, in under 6 years, we will power level you straight to 50 for that third advancement. Zhou Yi shuts him down. Honestly, those terms are completely useless to me. I pull plenty of loot from my own academy, so I am really not sweating over leveling up. Plus, playing a Holy Knight is way better. Yohang is completely stunned. A Holy Knight is literally just a support class. Our Zhou family's hidden class is God tier. Zhao Yi, what more could you possibly want? You and I both know that was a mistake. Just a support? That insults his absolute pride. He snaps back, furious. If you seriously think a Holy Knight is nothing but a healer, it just proves how ridiculously narrow-minded you are. Lucky for you, my tournament match against Qingjing University is tomorrow. I will show you exactly what a real Holy Knight can do. Dropping that bomb, Zhou Yi turns his back, giving a lazy wave goodbye. Xiaowei, I am out of here. Catch you at the arena tomorrow. Panicking, Zhou Xiaowei tries to grab him. Brother Zhou Yi, wait up. But he is already a ghost. Frustrated, she spins on her dad. Why did you not fight harder to keep him? Yohang's face turns rock solid. Let the kid walk. He clearly does not understand the hard limits of a Holy Knight. Tomorrow will be a massive wake-up call. Once Qingjing University crushes him, we will step in and recruit him again. Suddenly, Zhou Donger, chilling on the sofa in the back, lazily throws her hand up. Hold on. I completely disagree here. Zhou Dong air glares up. Dad, you guys are playing way too nice just to drag Zhou Yi back to the main family. Is he really worth all this drama? Zhou Xiaowei stammers awkwardly. Hang just sighs helplessly. Let your father explain the history. He gets dead serious. Our Zhou family's legendary ancestor was the very first player on Blue Star to awaken a Frost Bloodline. With that insane power, he turned the Zhou family into absolute giants. For generations, our bloodline thrived. We literally produced multiple god-tier fighters who hit their third advancement. But then the nightmare of the Dark Age changed absolutely everything. Chu Hang explains how the Dark Age brought endless swarms of otherworldly demons crashing into our reality. Our Chu family ancestor charged straight to the front lines with our elite troops. But during a deep raid into enemy territory, he vanished without a trace. Without his godlike protection, every single third-tier elder was slaughtered alongside those invading monsters. And yeah, magic managed to revive 5 of those elite elders, but a demon lord slapped them with an eternal curse. Chu Hang slumps down, whispering, since then, our Frost Awakening rate completely tanked to under 1%. And that is where we leave it. You and I absolutely need to see tomorrow's fight. Stick with me here, because this eternal curse is absolutely devastating. Bloodlines alone cannot purify it. He smiled, explaining that without a real successor, the Chu family looks tough, but honestly, they are incredibly fragile underneath. That is exactly why getting Chu Yi and his ultra-pure Frost bloodline back to the main family branch is crucial. They would dump the entire clan's resources into his training. Eventually, Chu Yi's power could actually rival their legendary great ancestor. He scoffed, pointing out that right now, Chu Yi is riding a massive high from his crazy individual winning streak. His ego is maxed out. But once he faces Qingjing University, He will finally realize the Chu family is his only real path to ultimate power. Chu Dongni asked doubtfully, Dad, what if? What if Chu Yi actually wins? Chu Hong hesitated. Suddenly, Chu Xiao stepped up, ruffled her hair, and snapped. Why are you suddenly taking his side? You have your own match tomorrow. Chu Dongni sniffled softly. I was just asking what if. The next day, the arena was absolutely packed with hyped fans. Man, fighting for these match tickets was a total bloodbath. Bro, you traveled all this way just for the Suhong and Qingjing University showdown, right? Obviously, pay attention now, because a top-tier collegiate team battle happening this early in round 3 is absolutely insane. This is going to be legendary. The crowd buzzed, dying to know if Chu Yi could actually keep his miraculous winning streak alive against Qingjing. Qingjing has massive home field advantage today. I've got a seriously bad feeling about this match. Sitting behind them, Chu Dongni thought gloomily, yeah, their chances of winning really are way higher, but can brother Chu Yi pull this off? Suddenly, a massive system announcement echoed through the entire stadium, now welcoming the elite teams from Qingjing University and Suhong University. As both squads stepped onto the stage, the crowd absolutely erupted. Suhong University, Qingjing University, Suhong University. The second he hit the stage, Chu Yi instantly triggered his skill. Mystic Light Warhammer, a gigantic hammer materialized out of thin air, slamming hard into the arena floor. The crowd stared, totally speechless. A Warhammer? So Suhong's captain is a weapon user? Makes total sense for a holy knight. But wait, Chu Yi's entire aura feels completely different today. Exactly. Even from hundreds of meters away, just looking at the guy gives me some seriously bad vibes. Chu Dongni's eyes totally widened. The intense aura Chu Yi is giving off right now, why is it suddenly several times stronger than before? I know exactly what you are thinking. Are you telling me this absolute beast was not even using his full strength before now? Just then, Li Yuan, a level 22 warrior, spoke up. What is Chu Yi's deal, standing so far up in the front lines? Does this guy seriously think he can be the main damage dealer? Xiaolan, a level 19 archer, replied. Based on his insane performance yesterday, it is not too crazy to think he is the DPS. Zhu Xiao, a level 18 priestess, chimed in. Plus, Chu Yi's overall level is the absolute highest among all the freshmen this year. Lu Zhou, a level 20 mage, scoffed. He is just a holy knight with decent damage output. Who cares about his high level? Wang Xuan, a level 22 mechanic, sneered. For a team captain, that tiny bit of strength is just straight up pathetic. Li Yuan's voice turned ice cold. Last year, Suhong University was the only reason we completely lost the team battle. Everything we worked for was destroyed, and we lost first place. Slamming his sword into the stage floor, Li Yuan gave a stern order. This year, we are facing Suhong University again. So I need 100% of your absolute focus today. When the match starts, go all out. I do not care if you heavily injure them or worse. The team agreed in perfect unison. No problem. Meanwhile, outside the arena, Dean Chang approached Wu Muang smirking. Yo, old Wu, Chu Yi has to play support and DPS? You seriously think he can handle all that pressure? Do not spread him so thin that you throw the entire match away. Wu Muang just laughed out loud. Do not worry about that. On the battlefield, raw, unadulterated strength is the only thing that matters. I have complete faith in him. That unshakable confidence gave Dean Chang a really strange sense of unease. Normally, first-year freshmen have very limited skill points. Being a jack of all trades usually means you master absolutely nothing. Could this old fox actually be hiding a massive ace up his sleeve? Back on stage, Li Yuan stared down Chu Yi, eyes turning ice cold. The referee raised the flag high into the air and immediately declared, "Let the match begin." On the stage, Chu Yi looked deadly serious. Once this starts, just like in training, I will launch the first strike. You guys just react as the situation develops. Wang Xuan yelled out excitedly. You and I both know that with brother Chu Yi going all out, absolutely destroying Qingjing University, is going to be an easy win. As Chu Yi turned back to give instructions, he warned them, we still need to be extremely careful out here. They were last year's runner-ups, so stay sharp. If anyone takes a hit, fall back to my position right away. I've got your healing spells covered. All right, you and I are about to watch absolute peak disrespect. The team agrees. The countdown drops 3, 2, 1. Game on. Right at the buzzer, Zhou Yi yells he is going in. The second he launches forward, countless power-up skills trigger around his body. Divine Grace, Shielding Blessing, Self-Boost, Courage Buff. On the massive arena monitor, The announcer totally loses his mind, watching him rush Qingjing University. Chu Yi from Suhong University is showing zero hesitation right now. He is rushing the entire enemy squad head-on, and the whole stadium is absolutely losing it. Since both of these teams are pretty evenly matched, shouldn't they be playing it safe with some long-range pokes first? This solo rush just proves how insanely confident Chu Yi is in his raw power. Look at him speed casting magic while running at full sprint. That requires next-level mastery to pull off. Seeing the solo rush, Li Yuan practically starts glowing with excitement. A super creepy grin takes over his face. So eager to die, he sneers. Perfect timing. We readied our heaviest long-range artillery just for you. Right behind him, Xiaolan is already locked in, her massive bow pulled completely taut. In a flash, she fires her signature stifling arrow. The lethal shot screams straight through the air toward Chu Yi, but staring down this deadly strike, he doesn't even blink. As the projectile closes the distance, Xiaolan starts trash-talking. My A-rank arrow completely seals off all your escape routes. You don't even have a tank to take the hit for you. Chu Yi, let's see you survive this. Watch closely, because you and I are about to see something wild. Right as the arrow hits, Chu Yi sighs. Well, this is annoying. And then he literally just crushes the arrow into dust with his bare hand. Xiaolan's jaw drops in absolute, pure shock. What? He broke my stifling arrow with nothing but his bare hands. That is an A-rank skill, and I literally buffed it to level 8. Standing right next to her, Li Yuan coldly scoffs. Whatever. A paladin is basically just a giant meat shield anyway, but your run ends today. Luzhou is fully done casting his spell. Let's see your bare hands try blocking this. Right on cue, an insane amount of energy gathers around Luzhou's staff. He blasts it forward, screaming, Chu Yi, eat my ultimate attack. Suddenly, a massive bird woven from pure fire bursts out, the Inferno Phoenix. This raging firebird locks right onto Chu Yi and spews out a gigantic fireball. The whole thing explodes into a devastating sea of blazing phoenix breath. Chu Yi immediately jumps back to evade the blast zone. But this combo is far from over. Luzhou presses the attack, commanding the blazing impact. As the giant firebird dives straight at him, Chu Yi just stands there completely relaxed. Wait, is this really just fire? Luzhou practically foams at the mouth. He isn't even trying to run. Looks like I get to finally bury Chu Yi. Up in the stands, the entire crowd is gasping in amazement. Qingjing University's ace player isn't messing around. That Inferno Phoenix is a legit A+ rank skill. Raw power like that is literally impossible to just block. You and I both know charging in solo looked like pure arrogance. So how on earth is Chu Yi going to survive a direct hit? High up in the VIP section, Zhu Yu chuckles like she's already won. Honestly, the smartest move for Chu Yi right now is to run for his life. If he uses his speed, he might barely survive to regroup with his tanks. Hearing this terrible take, Su Mei just starts cracking up laughing. Zhu Yu snaps back, annoyed. What is so funny? Su Mei just smiles. My apologies. I just found it hilarious that you actually think a basic A+ rank skill would ever force our Chu Yi to retreat. Zhu Yu crosses her arms, totally fuming. When your boy gets eliminated, you can go cry about it. Su Mei doesn't even flinch. Oh, really? Well, I sure hope your team actually has the firepower to do that. Down in the arena, Chu Yi starts casually walking straight into the massive blast. Everyone watching is completely mind-blown. Zhu Yu stares in disbelief. What is he doing? Suddenly, an absolutely insane aura of power explodes around Chu Yi. The system displays his status for everyone to see. It is the A-rank Sacred Flame Halo. This crazy halo compresses holy fire, letting the user completely control the fire element. Plus, it boosts him and his team's fire damage by 20% across the board. This buff lasts for a set duration. Standing in the flames, Chu Yi shouts out, Sacred Flame Halo, absorb it all. Luzhou screams in pure panic. How is that even possible? The giant phoenix is getting vacuumed right into Chu Yi. He stares down the shrinking firebird. Come here and fuel my strength. In a blink, the terrifying phoenix is completely swallowed up by his glowing aura. Watching from the backline, his teammate smirks proudly. Looks like Qingjing University totally underestimated the actual monster level of our paladin captain. Jiang Churan chimes in next. Even a legendary flame dragon bloodline couldn't burn Chu Yi. A basic skill like this? Total joke. Fire attacks mean absolutely nothing. Chu Yi smirks, crushing the last sparks of the phoenix in his palm. Sorry to ruin your big moment, guys, but I have the Sacred Flame Halo too, which means I completely own fire magic. You and I knew it, but the crowd is gasping in pure shock. He is a god. I literally just felt a divine presence right there. That is so broken. Chu Yi actually scored a god-tier skill. That overpowered? The man absolutely deserves the title God Yi. Up top, Chu Yi is completely frozen in shock. She slams her fist. A god-gifted skill? Stick with me, you and I are watching a total system break. A god-gifted skill? Elite veterans cannot grab a sacred flame halo easily. So how did he pull it off? Sui just smirked. Maybe Chu Yi is just insanely lucky. Geniuses have fateful encounters all the time. But Chu Yi shot back, totally unconvinced. Do not get too cocky. We still have plenty of hidden trump cards left. Sui just casually shrugged. Like I said, I really hope you do. That casual attitude was driving Chu Yi completely insane. Meanwhile, Chu Donger was staring at Chu Yi with pure admiration. Dad, what exactly is a god-gifted skill? Why is everyone losing their minds over it? Chu Hang sighed. Because those skills are the absolute rarest. You cannot learn them from any skill book, and you definitely cannot inherit them from your bloodline. Only a class user directly blessed by a god is ever worthy of holding that kind of power. And Chu Yi's sacred flame halo? Clearly a personal gift from the god of light. Chu Hang looked back, remembering. Our Chu family runs on the Frost Bloodline. Naturally, we used to follow the goddess of frost, but ever since our bloodline got cursed, her blessing vanished. He dropped his head in total defeat. Anyone worthy of a god's blessing has potential off the charts. Those pathetic terms we offered him earlier probably looks like absolute garbage to Chu Yi. Donger turned to look at him. So we came all this way for nothing? But Chu Hang answered firmly. No, there is a chance. After this match, I am going straight to Chu Yi to negotiate. He could literally revive our entire Chu family. I absolutely will not give up. Now, watch closely. Here is where it gets totally wild. Back in the arena, Lu Zhou stared at Chu Yi, completely mind-blown. How is this possible? My extreme fire phoenix. Where did it actually go? Seeing Lu Zhou totally dazed, Li Yuan came up from behind and patted his shoulder. Look man, I have zero clue how he pulled that off either. But one thing is absolutely certain. Fire magic is completely useless against him. Do not quit on me, Lu Zhou. Try hitting him with a totally different elemental skill. He instantly snapped out of it and nodded. Right. Li Yuan raised his heavy sword and aggressively commanded Helan. Keep spamming your long-range spells to stop Chu Yi's advance. We absolutely cannot let him break through our defensive lines, Helan replied, firing off a massive volley of arrows. No problem. Beside her, Lu Zhou eagerly launched his next attack. A wicked smirk spread right across his face. Do not get cocky, Chu Yi. We have our own ways to completely crush you. Boom. A massive stone wall erupted straight from the ground, totally blocking Chu Yi's vision. Lu Zhou roared. Rock wall. At the exact same time, Helan's arrows rained down from the flank. Gale arrow rain. Chu Yi's face hardened as he thought, you really think this is enough to stop me? A nice thought, but you guys are still way too naive. Standing his absolute ground, Chu Yi simply raised one hand. Sacred light shield. Instantly, a glowing shield materialized, completely shattering every single incoming arrow. Chu Xiaoyi was totally stunned watching it. That is an A-rank sacred light shield, she murmured. And judging by that insane power, definitely not a low-level one. Even Hylan looked impressed. Chu Yi's defense is rock solid. I will give him that. But at least we finally stopped him from rushing us. You saw this coming, right? Chu Yi just nodded. Yeah, this definitely ruins my rhythm. Looks like I need a long-range skill of my own to break your little formation. Suddenly, Li Yuan realized something was going terribly wrong. This is bad. Everyone, fall back right now, he screamed. But they were way too late. Chu Yi already summoned a massive fire vortex tearing straight through the arena. Sacred flamestorm. Li Yuan leaped backwards, screaming out loud. Get away from it. That storm will literally annihilate anything it touches. The destructive power is totally off the charts. Helan desperately scrambled out of the way, her heart pounding with absolute fear. A sacred flamestorm on that massive scale? If I get sucked in, I am eliminated instantly. Suddenly, Li Yuan's eyes widened in pure horror. Wait, where is Lu Zhou? Do not tell me he is still inside. And he was dead right. Lu Zhou was trapped inside the storm, burning every ounce of strength just to survive. He roared in absolute fury. Damn it. Is this guy really supposed to be a holy knight? These elemental skills are way more terrifying than anything a true mage like me can do. Seeing Lu Zhou desperately struggling and barely holding on, Chu Yi just smirked. Looks like the fire is not hot enough yet. But do not worry. After all, I am the extreme fire phoenix now, and I will absorb you completely. The flames surged wilder and wilder, completely shattering Lu Zhou's final shield. Burn! Chu Yi yelled coldly. Inside that blazing whirlwind, Lu Zhou screamed in pure agony. His scepter dropped, shattering. That is where we leave it. Let's dive right into this brutal battle. After the firestorm, Lo Xia was charred black, crying for help. Meanwhile, Chu Yi was totally hyped, sighing with just a hint of regret. Such a shame I couldn't finish you in one strike. Trust me, you won't be getting so lucky next time. His arrogant attitude drove Lu Yan absolutely insane. He roared out, "You arrogant bastard. Hubak, quickly heal Loco. I'll handle Chu Yi myself." Chu Hubak quickly nodded. Chu Yi just casually raised his heavy mace and smirked. Right on time. A blazing beam of golden light shot straight at Lu Yan radiant. Slash. But Lu Yan just stood there, sneering, "Hump. Watch me block this attack head on." The second the attack hit, Lu Yan instantly popped his defense parry shield. Seeing that massive golden shield floating in midair, Chu Hubak gasped. That's the captain's shield. The radiant slash smashed directly into the parry shield, triggering an absolutely massive explosion. After surviving the hit, Lu Yan dropped to his knees, totally drained and gasping for air. He thought to himself, this Chu Yi's raw power is just terrifying. No wonder Li Hong and his steel talent couldn't even defend against him. Suddenly, Lu Yan's eyes lit up with pure fighting spirit. He let out a furious roar. "I'm no pushover." Then he launched a fierce counterattack. Wrathful slash. Chu Yi casually shattered the attack with his mace. He scoffed, just for show. Seeing his ultimate move instantly crushed, Lu Yan stammered in shock. Now watch closely here. How on earth did Chu Yi just block that head on without flinching? Normally, just a single slash of mine would instantly take down a level 20 gold tier beast. Refusing to accept reality, Lu Yan charged forward with his blade again. "I don't believe this." As Lu Yan leaped up to strike, Chu Yi quickly readied his azure mace to counter. Then, I guess I'll just beat you down until you finally submit." Their weapons violently clashed, sending shockwaves everywhere. Lu Yan's raw strength totally hyped Chu Yi up. He yelled out in pure excitement. "Now this is fun. You're definitely the Thongqin University captain. You're the first person my age who can handle my power directly." Meanwhile, Lu Yan was struggling to block, his mind racing in a panic. "Damn it. Chu Yi's attribute power is way higher than mine. At this rate, my stamina is going to run out." A second later, Chu Yi's heavy strike sent Lu Yan's sword flying from his hands. He barked, "You can't even hold on to your own weapon. Are you completely out of strength already?" Chu Yi dashed right at Lu Yan, roaring, "Get back." Lu Yan was stunned. He couldn't dodge. You and I both thought he was finished. But in that critical second, a shield magically appeared, blocking the fatal blow. Seeing his guaranteed hit get blocked instantly annoyed Chu Yi. My sure hit attack actually missed. At that exact moment, a giant robot suddenly dropped right above Chu Yi. He panicked and popped his shield, Holy Light's protection. But the centipede's horn instantly cracked the barrier. In a flash, Chu Yi's defensive shield shattered into pieces. Furious, he lunged forward, screaming, "Break for me." After striking back, Chu Yi landed safely on the ground. He quietly analyzed things, secretly mind-blown by the robot's insane sneak attack power. My level 9 Holy Light's protection got completely shattered in one stab. Panting heavily, Lu Yan stood up. Realizing Wu Hian had just saved his life, he quickly said, "Thanks, Wu Hian." Wu Hian just calmly replied back, "It was the right move. If I didn't step in, we would have lost for sure. Leave this Chu Yi guy to me. From now on, you just focus on the other enemies." Wu Hian slowly started flexing his real skills. "I originally thought I'd need to hide my true power for Mao University's team. I never expected Chu Yi alone could push our squad this far." Wu Hian immediately spawned another giant robot, this time, a level 21 silver tier monster bot, the GX-100B. Then, boom, more robots spawned. A level 21 D-Light missile unit, a level 22 BT-200 cavalry unit. Staring at this entire mechanical army, Chu Yi was totally stunned. He thought, Wu Hian is only level 19. Yet all his robots are level 21 or 22. Up in the stands, Gong looked over at Dean Trin, grinning. "Dean Trin, looks like your Thongqin University team has been hiding a massive ace up their sleeve." Dean Trin confidently smirked. Of course. He stared proudly down at Wu Hian, saying, "He actually possesses the heart of machinery talent, S+ rank. It lets him build robots at a way higher level than himself." Wang said excitedly, "An S+ rank talent. So that's the secret. And honestly, you and I are about to see this entire battle decided by just these two guys." Down in the arena, Chu Yi suddenly cracked a massive grin. A mechanist using human wave tactics, huh? His eyes were literally burning with hype as Chu Yi yelled. Let's see it then. I want to see exactly how strong this mechanical army of yours really is. Wu Hian furiously ordered his swarm to advance, roaring out, how dare you charge straight into my mechanical army? You're asking to die. The robots immediately unleashed countless bullets. All right, strap in, because we're picking right back up with absolute chaos. Heavy rounds, aggressive robotic bees, and long-range tank fire are all swarming Chu Yi. Chu Yi instantly pops his defense. Gemini Heart Shield, fully active. His face stays completely ice-cold against the endless storm of bullets. Then, he just drops a single word. Go. The shield blasts forward, violently shoving back the bullets and robot swarm. Then, Chu Yi immediately triggers his Holy Light Cross. A massive cross of pure light erupts around him. The surrounding robots get heavily electrocuted, and seconds later, boom, absolutely blown to pieces. Seeing his entire squad get wiped, Wang Guan is absolutely furious. He curses, realizing even his fire-resistant armor materials couldn't handle a hit like that. He violently pulls out a keyboard, screaming that he has high-tier robots too. One furious keystroke later, a massive new wave of mechs spawns in. Frustrated, Wang Guan yells that Chu Yi's spiritual power can't possibly be infinite. He orders a full charge. Meanwhile, Chu Yi's teammate Wang Tishan is just laughing, casually smashing robots to scrap. Wang Guan clearly didn't realize that our guy Chu Yi basically specializes in crowd control. Right then, Chu Yi checks his system window, running the math. The timing? Flawless. A brand new skill is ready to pop off. Divine Storm. Wang Guan spots the buildup and panics. He recognizes that terrifying move instantly and orders a full retreat, but he's way too slow. Divine Storm drops hard, instantly wiping out every single robot left on that arena floor. Wang Xuan's screen lights up with red warning spam. Unit 74. Connection lost. He aggressively grits his teeth, totally raging. The match barely even started, and he just lost a third of his entire army. Brutal. Taking a deep breath, he realizes throwing numbers at Chu Yi is totally useless. He has absolutely no other option left. Now, pay attention. This is where it gets crazy. He pulls his ultimate trump card. Enter the Hex Judicator. A colossal machine spawns in, rocking a jaw full of razor-sharp teeth like a mechanical shark, charging up raw destruction. Grappling hooks around the beast snap into place. Screaming like a total maniac, Wang Guan commands the Judicator to merge. The massive mech pops open a hatch and completely absorbs Wang Xuan inside, fusing them together. The Judicator's body expands, growing so ridiculously huge that it actually scrapes the arena's protective barrier. The second it hits, the system alarms go absolutely wild. Restriction detected. Emergency upgrade to the defensive force field initiated. Looking at this absolute titan of a machine, the entire audience is left dead silent and completely mind-blown. An epic-grade mechanical creation has literally never been seen before in the entire history of this national tournament. A certified monster just hit the field. Hex Judicator, level 23. Epic tier. A girl in the stands just sighs, muttering about how all the freshmen this year are literal freaks of nature. Down on the stage, Li Yuan sees the secret weapon and starts cracking up. His bro's ultimate Judicator is finally off the leash. Li Yuan glares over at Zhang Churan, smugly declaring that her team is absolutely doomed now. But Zhang Churan completely ignores his trash talk. She swings her blade at him relentlessly, confidently shouting that Chu Yi never loses. Scrambling back to dodge her heavy strikes, Li Yuan scoffs at her blind faith. He asks what the point is. Meanwhile, from inside the colossal mech, Wang Guan screams Chu Yi's name. You saw that coming, right? Time for a brutal taste of the Judicator's firepower. Massive fireballs launch outward. Chu Yi stares them down without a single drop of fear, quickly calculating that the spread is too huge to block head-on. So he instantly kicks up debris, using the flying stones as platforms to launch himself. He insanely weaves through the air, dodging explosions left and right. Glancing back, Chu Yi actually gets bored, wondering if this guy has anything new, but he gets a little too confident. Another massive fireball is hurtling right at his face. At the absolute last second, Chu Yi violently twists his body. The blast barely misses him before violently detonating right behind his back. Seeing the pure destructive shockwave, Chu Yi realizes that was a dangerously close call. Meanwhile, Wang Guan is laughing like an absolute maniac. Keep running. Wang Guan fires relentlessly, mocking Chu Yi that his luck and space are finally running out. Backed into a corner, Chu Yi pulls out his heavy mace and just starts brutally smashing the incoming fireballs out of the air. But then, he reaches back and draws his sword. With one explosive swing, he violently slashes straight down into the arena floor. A single strike literally rips the earth in half. But from the cockpit, Vong Hien just keeps taunting, asking if running is his only skill. He fires off countless more heavy strikes, laughing and asking if every single student at Su-Hong University is just a massive coward. That strikes a nerve. Chu Yi snaps back, ready for a head-on clash. You and I gotta see what happens next. Let's dive right in. Vong Hien cursed, thinking Chu Yi was just an idiot who couldn't take a taunt. Pulling his mech's lever, Vong Hien was full of pure contempt. How is a guy with zero self-control the captain of Su-Hong University? Looks like Su-Hong University was finally hitting rock bottom. The massive arbiter mech swung its blade down, but Chu Yi didn't even flinch. He blocked it straight up with his mace, knocking that huge sword right out of the way. Then Chu Yi dropped the hammer. Hand of God. A blinding blast of light erupted straight from the sky. This light was literally sucking in everything around it. The giant arbiter mech instantly started sparking with wild electricity. Up in the booth, the monitor system went crazy. What on earth was happening? The arena's protective shield energy was being completely drained. Suddenly, alarms blared through the massive stadium, triggering an instant emergency protocol. Security drones instantly swarmed up and rushed straight into the arena barrier. See, these official matches are powered by a massive light magic stone. That stone was the only thing keeping the shield alive. Meanwhile, over with Li Yuan and Zhang Churan, the blinding flash instantly grabbed Zhang Churan's attention. Seeing Li Yuan rushing straight at her, she wildly flipped backwards to dodge. She locked eyes with Tongling Shi, screaming to retreat. Over in Helan's zone, total chaos. Arrows raining down everywhere as he and Wang Tixin scrambled back. The second Zhang Churan gave the order, they locked eyes and fell back together. Across the field, Li Yuan immediately felt that something was seriously wrong. He yelled out, telling his team to hold off. But Liu was furious. They were on the run, so why stop now? The Qingjing University squad quickly grouped back up. Li Yuan stared right at that blinding energy source. This was definitely a trap. This raw power was completely unnatural. And right then, a massive, terrifying hand literally formed right out of the pure light. The whole stadium screamed in absolute terror. What was that thing? Now pay attention to Vong Hien. Sitting inside his mech, the guy was paralyzed with fear. A terrifying god-level aura was totally crushing him. It had to be an S-rank skill. Vong Hien's face went completely dead pale, just one rank above his A+ arbiter mech, but the power gap, like heaven and earth. Still, the craziest part, he actually started smiling, adrenaline totally taking over. Vong Hien hyped himself up. No way he was backing down without a fight. It was just a god-level skill, right? He refused to believe Chu Yi could actually crush him. Vong Hien completely synced up with his arbiter mech, launching an absolutely manic counterattack. Arbiter limit style. The jagged edges of his huge mech sword started revving at maximum power. Losing his absolute mind, Vong Hien fired off an insane combo of wild slashes. His face was completely twisted as he threw out a rapid-fire barrage. A brutal storm of slashes flew straight toward the giant glowing hand. He seriously thought he won, but one blinding flash crushed that hope instantly. The massive hand just smashed straight down on top of the arbiter. You saw that too, right? Boom. A massive energy wave triggered an earth-shattering explosion. The crowd was absolutely terrified. Fans screamed as the sheer shockwave blasted through the stands. Down on the arena floor, chunks of shattered mech armor went flying straight at Chu Yi. Chu Yi just coldly kicked the scrap metal away. After that one god-level strike, the arbiter was dust, and Vong Hien was totally finished. Staring in shock, Helan mumbled that they had lost. Meanwhile, choking on pure pain from his injuries, Vong Hien reached a shaking hand out toward Chu Yi. With a broken, trembling voice, he tried calling his name, but his only answer was Chu Yi's absolutely freezing, merciless stare. As he turned his back, the stadium erupted. Holy crap, that divine light was completely insane, totally terrifying. It hit like a literal nuclear bomb. Then, the entire massive crowd started chanting his name in perfect sync. Chu Yi, Chu Yi. He strolled away smiling, soaking in that deafening hype. Chu Yi, Chu Yi. Still in shock, Dean Chang finally broke his silence. The god-level skill, Hand of God. He admitted his Qingjing University couldn't even complain about getting crushed like this. But inside, he was heartbroken. He really thought Vong Hien was the ace that would hand Qingjing University the championship this semester on a silver platter. But after watching that total beatdown, Dean Chang was literally sweating bullets. He never saw a total monster like Chu Yi coming. Hand-to-hand combat, support, raw magic. The guy was completely broken in every single stat category, a perfect all-rounder. Accepting reality, Dean Chang turned to leave. Before leaving, he looked at Dean Wu. Your Suhong University really found a true monster. 30 years of teaching, and out of all the prodigies I've ever seen, Chu Yi is hands down the absolute brightest. Dean Wu just chuckled proudly in response. Up in the stands, the fans were going completely crazy, chanting for Suhong University and their new hero, Chu Yi. Suhong University? Chu Yi. The deafening cheers just wouldn't stop. Watching the hype, Zhang Chuan felt completely overwhelmed. So what do you and I take from this? Wang Texan laughed, calling the win insane and way too easy. Qingjing University was weak. Stick with me here, because Song Xiaolan is not buying it. Easy. Without Chu Yi, that Wang Shuang guy would have wiped us out. Tang Lingxi completely agrees. That is right. A level 23 epic class robot. Without Chu Yi, our survival chances were literally zero. Wang TX just laughs out loud. You guys keep talking about a situation where Chu Yi was not here. But he was right there. Was he not? Zhang Chiron chuckles, looking ahead. Just wait. In 6 months, they're going to expand the stadium. This year's exchange match already holds 200,000 spectators, Zhang says with a massive grin. Combine the massive live broadcast with all this crazy hype. After today's battle, Chu Yi's name is going to be famous across the entire Zhongsha nation. Chu Yi just flashes a gentle smile. You are getting way too bold lately. Now, pay attention here. A mysterious woman watching the broadcast suddenly comments, Chu Yi's raw power is not bad. She arrogantly smirks. That kind of prodigy is exactly the insane talent our Tianwu guild needs. Even if his level is low, we will just have to wait until his second-class advancement before officially inviting him over. A guy walks up right then, reminding her, the Tianwu guild is Zhongsha nation's absolute top faction. Even our basic support staff must be at least level 30 with their second-class advancement. But after this insane fight, his combat data is going straight to every major guild. If we wait to invite him, will we not be totally too late? She snaps right back. No, it absolutely will not. We all know what that look means. Staring at him, she confidently states, the old guild master is here. Even if we cannot recruit him today, this little junior of mine is definitely going to join our Tianwu guild eventually. Over at the hospital, Wang Guan's room is pure panic. Doctors scream, keep up the recovery spells. Do not drop that mind-calming spell. Everyone report in before your mana completely runs dry. Everyone is desperately scrambling to save Wang Guan's life. The entire medical ward is an absolute blur. Second team, tag in. The holy light is failing. Trust me, you and I are not ready for this.